सकते, झंडा एक ही होगा, हमारा प्यारा तिरंगा होगा और कोई नहीं। भाइयों बहनों, वो कह रहे हैं कि अगर हमारी सरकार आई तो हम आरक्षण पर पुनः विचार करेंगे। वो पुनः विचार शब्द को झांसे में मत आइए, उनकी सरकार आई तो आरक्षण को हटा देंगे। जब पहाड़ियों को आरक्षण देने की बात आई, हमारे गुर्जर भाइयों को उकसाने का काम किया कि आप में से हिस्सा जाएगा। मैंने कहा था, गुर्जर भाइयों से वादा किया था, पहाड़ियों को आरक्षण जरूर मिलेगा, मगर गुर्जरों का आरक्षण तनिक मात्र कम नहीं होगा। और आज गुर्जरों का आरक्षण जस का तस रखकर पहाड़ियों को आरक्षण देने का काम नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार ने किया है। नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार मैं आज ये दूर सुदूर पहाड़ पर बसने वाले सभी अभिभावकों को कहने आया हूं कि वो दिन लग गए कि आपके बच्चों को ग्रेजुएशन नहीं किया जाता था, करने की संभावना नहीं थी। अरे ग्रेजुएशन छोड़िए साहब, ट्राइबल रिजर्वेशन है आपके पास, पहाड़ियों के पास, गुर्जरों के पास। आपके बच्चे कलेक्टर और डीएसपी बनकर देश भर में काम कर सकते हैं। ये अधिकार नरेंद्र मोदी जी। भाइयों बहनों, उन्होंने कहा है कि हम हमारे परिवारों की सरकार चलाएंगे। नरेंद्र मोदी जी ने ये 3 परिवारों का यहां जो परंपरा था उसको समाप्त कर पंचायती राज प्रस्तापित किया। ग्राम पंचायत, ब्लॉक के चुनाव, जिले के चुनाव हुए और हमारे बच्चे, हमारे युवा आज उभरते हुए नेता बने हैं। कल विधानसभा और लोकसभा में यहां का प्रतिनिधित्व करेंगे। भाइयों बहनों, एक और वो आतंक से लैस जम्मू कश्मीर बनाना चाहते हैं, दूसरी ओर मोदी जी विकसित जम्मू कश्मीर बनाना चाहते हैं। एक और वो माताओं बहनों को धारा 370 हटने से जो अधिकार मिला है वो अधिकार छीनना चाहते हैं। हम न केवल माताएं बहनों को तो अधिकार मिलना ही चाहिए, उसके साथ साथ गुर्जर, पहाड़ी, दलित और ओबीसी को भी आरक्षण का अधिकार देना चाहते हैं। मित्रों, ओबीसी को भी देना चाहते हैं। मैं आज मेरे मित्रों और यहां के वरिष्ठ नेता सुनील शर्मा के लिए वोट मांगने आया हूं। आप बहुत कम लोगों को मालूम होगा, मैं जब धारा 370 हट गई और डिलिमिटेशन का काम चल रहा था, ये आपके अपने बेटे सुनील ने जम्मू कश्मीर के डिलिमिटेशन को न्यायिक करने के लिए भाजपा की ओर से बहुत अच्छे से सिफारिशें की। और आज मैं कहकर जाता हूं, सुनील शर्मा को विधायक आप बनाइए, उनको बड़ा आदमी बनाने का काम हम करेंगे। हम इस क्षेत्र में जिस प्रकार का जनप्रतिनिधि चाहिए, डॉक्टर जितेंद्र सिंह जी मोदी जी की ऑफिस में ही विराजमान है। अच्छा है या नहीं है भाई? जोर से बोलो, है या नहीं है? अब साथ में यहां से विधायक भी चुनकर दे दो, आपका सारा काम ये दोनों की जोड़ी कर देगी, ये मैं वादा करता हूं। आप हमारे हाथ मजबूत करिए, हम वीडीजी और एसपीओ को मजबूत करेंगे और आतंकवाद को पाताल तक दफन करने का काम करेंगे। आप हमारे हाथ मजबूत करिए, यहां नीलम की खदानें जो भ्रष्टाचार के कारण कभी खुली ही नहीं, इन नीलम की खदानें खुलेगी, राज्य सरकार का खजाना भी भरेगा और पादर के युवाओं को नौकरियां भी मिलेगी, रोजगार भी। पादर संस्कार रोड, ये नामियार ऐसे ही नहीं आए हैं। सुनील को जिताने के लिए उनको मालूम है जीत जाएगा का रोड भी बनेगा, लद्दाख का भी भला होगा और जम्मू का भी भला। टूरिज्म को विकसित करने के लिए पीर पंजाल की इस और जम्मू क्षेत्र में कभी काम नहीं किया गया है। मैं आज कहकर जाता हूं, भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार बनाइए, सुनील को जिता दीजिए। पूंछ राजौरी में पहलगांव से भी अच्छा पर्यटन का स्थान बनाने का काम भारतीय जनता पार्टी करेगी। तवी नदी पर रिवर फ्रंट बनाया जाएगा और ढेर सारे काम मैं बाद में बताऊंगा टूरिज्म के क्षेत्र में किए जाएंगे। करथई का हाइड्रो प्रोजेक्ट आज तय मानकर चलिए, सुनील को जिता दीजिए। डॉक्टर साहब को जिताया है, 3 महीने के अंदर इसका काम हम शुरू करने का काम करेंगे। हमने पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस के अंदर रिजर्वेशन आरक्षण 3 प्रकार का किया है, एससी, एसटी और पहाड़ी क्षेत्रों के लोगों के लिए भी आरक्षण किया है। तो यहां के जो गुर्जर और पहाड़ी लोगों को जो आरक्षण मिला है, इसके अलावे सीमांत और पहाड़ी क्षेत्र के आरक्षण में भी आपको ज्यादा हिस्सा मिलेगा और पैरामिलिट्री फोर्सेस का यही पहाड़ियों से रिक्रूटमेंट करने का काम भी भारतीय जनता पार्टी करेगी। मित्रों, ये लोग 2 झंडे फिर से लाना चाहते हैं। पादर वाले बताए मुझे, आप सहमत हो क्या? अरे जोर से बोलो, सहमत हो क्या? 2 दरबार फिर से लाना चाहते हैं, सहमत है क्या? और 2 संविधान फिर से लाना चाहते हैं, आप सहमत है क्या? भाइयों और बहनों, एक कांग्रेस और नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस का गठबंधन ये हमेशा से आतंकवाद का पोषक रहा। जब जब घाटी में, जम्मू कश्मीर में कांग्रेस और नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस की सरकार आई, इसको आतंकवाद को बढ़ावा दिया है। याद करिए 90 के दशक को। मैं आज यहां से पूछना चाहता हूं फारूक अब्दुल्ला जी को, आप मुख्यमंत्री थे, राजीव गांधी के साथ समझौता कर चुन कर आए। जब हमारी पूरी कश्मीर घाटी, हमारी ये पहाड़ियां आतंकवाद से, खून से लथपथ हो गई, आप कहां थे? कहां थे? आए तो पूछना जरूर। मैं बताता हूं, वो लंदन में गर्मियों का वैकेशन करने चल गए थे। मित्रों, लंदन में गर्मियों का वैकेशन, जिन्होंने, जिस गठबंधन ने नेहरू परिवार, गांधी परिवार और अब्दुल्ला परिवार, जिन्होंने यहां पर आतंकवाद फैलाया, वो फिर से आपके आशीर्वाद लेना चाहते। उन्होंने जम्मू कश्मीर के महाराजा को न केवल अपमानित किया, उनके मृत्यु तक वापिस नहीं आने दिया। मुझे अभी किसी ने महाराजा करण सिंह के युवा दिनों का एक वीडियो भेजा है, जिसमें करण सिंह जी कहते हैं, मेरे पिताजी को जम्मू कश्मीर से निकाल दिया गया, आने नहीं दिया गया और केवल उनकी अस्थियां जम्मू में वापिस आई, अस्थियां जम्मू में। जिन्होंने महाराजा का इतना अपमान किया, कश्मीरी पंडितों को बेदखल किया, आतंकवाद फैलाया, आरक्षण को रोक कर रखा, माताओं बहनों के आरक्षण को भी रोक कर रखा। वो एनसी कांग्रेस को फिर से लाना चाहते हैं आप? जोर से बोलिए, चाहते हैं क्या? नहीं लाना है तो आपके लिए एक ही विकल्प है कि भारतीय जनता पार्टी को यहां से जिताना है। और भाइयों बहनों, कभी कोई हारने वाली पार्टी के साथ बैठता है क्या? बैठता है? बैठना चाहिए। और ये लोग क्या समझते हैं जम्मू कश्मीर की सरकार, जनता को? ये कहते हैं हम धारा 370 वापिस ला देंगे। भाई मुझे बताओ, दिल्ली में किसकी सरकार है? अरे जोर से बोलो, किसकी है? तो मुझे बताओ अब्दुल्ला साहब, अब 370 कहां से वापिस लाओगे? ये कहते हैं हम गुर्जर पहाड़ियों का आरक्षण ले लेंगे। अरे दिल्ली में किसकी सरकार है? मैं कह कर जाता हूं, न आतंकवाद वापिस आएगा, न 370 वापिस आएगी, न गुर्जर और पहाड़ियों का आरक्षण हम जाने देंगे। मेरी बात। और उमर अब्दुल्ला साहब, मैं आपको दिल्ली से देखता रहता हूं। कभी आप कहते हैं मैं चुनाव नहीं लड़ूंगा क्योंकि कहां से जीतोगे इसका विश्वास नहीं। कभी गंदरबल से लड़ने की बात करते हो, सामने कोई युवा खड़ा हो जाता है तो कहते अब मैं 2 सीटों से लड़ूंगा। जहां से लड़ना हो लड़ो। उमर अब्दुल्ला जी, आपकी हार इस बार निश्चित है। जाति की क्षमता आपको बताना। भाइयों बहनों, मैंने अभी एक एनसी के प्रत्याशी का निवेदन सुना है। 4 तारीख के बाद हम आपका हिसाब किताब करेंगे। भैया ठिकाना बता देना, कहां करना है हिसाब किताब, हम उपस्थित हो जाएंगे। वो दिन लग गए जब आप पहाड़ियों को धमकाते थे, डराते थे, हमारे गुर्जर भाइयों को पैसों के आधार पर बिकने वाले बताते थे। अब ना आप गुर्जरों का अपमान कर सकते हो, ना पहाड़ियों का, ना किसी को डरा सकते हो। मैं आपको विश्वास दिलाता हूं, किसी की भी हिम्मत नहीं है। बदला क्या, बाद में भाषण करने की किसी की हिम्मत नहीं रहेगी। ऐसे परिणाम आए। भाइयों बहनों, एक कांग्रेस और राहुल बाबा दोनों जम्मू कश्मीर को फिर से एक बार आतंकी आग में झोंकना चाहते हैं। हम आज कह रहे हैं, ढेर सारे वादे हमने यहां पर करे बगैर काम किया है। गवर्नमेंट डिग्री कॉलेज बनाया, पाटर में आईटीआई बनाया, 3 उच्चतर माध्यमिक शिक्षा बनाई, पाटर में उप जिला अस्पताल बनाया और पाटर नागसेनी लद्दाख के संस्कार को जोड़ने वाली सड़क का भी हमने निर्माण करने का निर्णय किया है। और आज मैं कहकर जाता हूं, हमारी जम्मू कश्मीर सरकार बनने के बाद मचेल माता यात्रा स्थान को राज्य सरकार बहुत अच्छे तरीके से विकसित कर भारत के पर्यटन के नक्शे पर रखने जा रहे हैं। भाइयों बहनों, यहां पर हाइड्रो पावर का तोहफा भी आपको मिलेगा। पाडर में और किश्तवाड़ में पहला, जोर से ताली बजाना जरा, पहला इंजीनियरिंग कॉलेज हम बनाने वाले हैं। 130 नए टावर्स लगाए जाएंगे जो सुरक्षा बल और आपको कनेक्टिविटी देंगे। अभी मोदी जी ने कैबिनेट में प्रस्ताव किया है कि 100 की आबादी वाले क्षेत्र को भी 100 और उससे कम आबादी वाले क्षेत्रों को भी रोड से जोड़ने का काम नरेंद्र मोदी सरकार। मुझे मालूम है पूरे देश में इसका सबसे बड़ा फायदा होने वाला है तो मेरे किश्तवाड़ के क्षेत्र में होने वाला है। किश्तवाड़ के क्षेत्र में आपकी नाशपाती को हम जियो टैग देने का प्रयास कर रहे हैं। गुच्ची और चिलगोजे को पूरे विश्व के बाजार में पहुंचाने के लिए एक कोऑपरेटिव का संस्थान भी हम यहां पर बनाएंगे और रिवर ड्राफ्टिंग और एडवेंचर टूरिज्म ये दोनों के यहां ट्रेनिंग के स्कूल बनाएंगे जिससे रिवर ड्राफ्टिंग और एडवेंचर टूरिज्म का एक बहुत बड़ा सेंटर बन पाए। भाई और बहनों, हमने संकल्प पत्र में तय किया है, बहुत बड़ी संख्या में माताएं बहनें आई हैं। हर घर में सबसे वरिष्ठ माता बहन को 1 साल का 18,000 रुपए का चेक नरेंद्र मोदी जी भेजेंगे। एक दीपावली में और एक रक्षाबंधन में उज्ज्वला का गैस का सिलेंडर फ्री ऑफ कॉस्ट देंगे। छोटे से छोटे किसान को अब 6,000 की जगह 10,000 मिलेंगे। बिजली के बिल में 50% कटौती करेंगे। अब आपके बच्चों को मेट्रो में बिठाने के लिए दिल्ली जाने की जरूरत नहीं है। जम्मू और श्रीनगर में भी मेट्रो बनने वाला है, आप चिंता मत। हर साल आतंकवाद की आग में टूटे 100 मंदिरों का जीर्णोद्धार करेंगे। तवी रिवर फ्रंट बनाएंगे। रंजीत सागर डैम में झील विकास प्राधिकरण बनाकर वाटर स्पोर्ट्स की शुरुआत करेंगे और जितने भी लोगों को नुकसान हुआ है वो सभी के पुनर्वसन का काम एक भारतीय जनता पार्टी की सरकार करेगी।
Director, the taste of success.
In the next couple of minutes, we're going to go down into the tunnel shaft 20 meters below where the hostages were murdered. The tunnel shaft was in a children's room, in a house. Those are the walls of this children's room with Snow White and Mickey Mouse on the wall, and a tunnel shaft where hostages were murdered downstairs, 20 meters below the ground. Hamas used those letters in the tunnel, and there was a hiding floor. All he needed to do is to break the floor and then go out through the children's room, inside to the street, and go back into the tunnel. This is how Hamas built this tunnel.
The shaft goes down about 20 meters into the ground, using 4 separate letters. There, it connects to a narrow tunnel with no rooms that is so low you can't stand up straight in it. The tunnel is about 100.
Good afternoon and thank you for tuning in. You're watching Live and Breaking at 2 p.m. I'm Suesha Samant, getting you all the top stories we're tracking for you this Monday afternoon. First, a quick check of the headlines. CBI remand note reveals clincher details. Ghosh downplayed the crime and peddled a suicide theory. CBI exposes cover-up, focus shifts to police's role. Sources say SHO's phone records are being probed. Mamata government reaches out to protesting doctors, says arbitrarily that this will be the fifth and the final meet. Top government sources have informed that one nation, one election will likely be implemented in this tenure. As campaigning enters its final leg in Jammu and Kashmir, Amit Shah to lead 3 mega rallies today. Trump narrowly escapes yet another assassination attempt in his golf club in Florida. Suspect Ryan Ruth arrested, and AK-47, 2 backpacks and a GoPro recovered. And while the police in Uttar Pradesh's Bhadohi district has registered a fresh FIR against Samajwadi Party MLA Zahid Beg and his wife, this is in connection with the death of a 17-year-old girl who was found hanging in a storeroom of the legislator's house on the 9th of September. Republic has accessed exclusive pictures of that room where the girl allegedly committed suicide. Let's stay with those pictures as I also bring in my colleague Ajay Dubey, who joins us live from Bhadohi. But before that, a ground report that he has filed. Let's take a look.
जाहिद बेग के घर के अंदर की एक्सक्लूसिव तस्वीरें हम आपको दिखा रहे हैं। घर के अंदर ये वो सीढ़ी है और इसी सीढ़ी से होकर रास्ता जाता है जहां वो कमरा है जहां उस लड़की ने सुसाइड किया। आपको उस कमरे के बाहर का हिस्सा दिखाते हैं। देखिए ये दरवाज़ा है, दरवाज़ा अंदर से बंद है और अंदर की तस्वीरें आपको दिखाते हैं। दरवाज़ा जो दिखाई दे रहा है उसी कमरे में बताया जा रहा है कि ये पूरा घटनाक्रम घटा है और जिस तरीके से लड़की ने सुसाइड किया, समर्थक बता रहे हैं विधायक की कि सबसे पहले विधायक ने खुद एसपी को फ़ोन करके ये जानकारी दी। एसपी पे जानकारी देने के बाद लोकल सीओ यहाँ पर पहुंचते हैं और दरवाजा सीओ की मौजूदगी में खोला जाता है, जिसके बाद अंदर मृत अवस्था में लड़की मिलती है। ये अंदर की तस्वीरें हम आपको तस्वीरें दिखा रहे हैं कि कहां वो पूरा घटनाक्रम घटा।
यहाँ के जो लोकल एमएलए हैं उनके घर में उनके यहाँ जो एक लड़की 17 वर्षीय बालिका काम करती थी 6-7 साल से, और आज ऐसी सूचना मिली कि छत पर एक कमरे में उसने फांसी लगा ली है। तो सूचना पाते ही जो है पुलिस और फॉरेंसिक की टीम वहाँ पे पहुँची थी। शव को जो है कब्जे में लिया गया। उच्च अधिकारियों ने भी मौके का मुआयना किया और पोस्टमार्टम की कार्रवाई की जा रही है। हर बिंदु पे जांच की जा रही है। यहाँ के जो लोकल
And Ajay joining us live on the broadcast with further details of the SP leader's role and what has been found so far as the investigation is concerned. Over to you, Ajay.
See, the police still is investigating this issue, and this thing happened 4 days before in the Bhadohi town. But the important thing is that the family members of the dead girl, they are in support of MLA. They are saying that the relationship between their daughter and MLA family was very good. She never complained about anything. She never said that she is beaten or misbehaved or anything like that. They are saying they are also not informed, not aware what happened, because 2 days before that event, that girl was at their house and she did not tell anything incorrect about the MLA family and the other things. Police have not registered 2 FIRs and still doing conversation, still asking questions to the son of MLA and his wife. They both are absent now. The police is still looking for them. Police is looking for their location, and we have been to their house. We have been to that spot where that girl did suicide, and we discussed this issue with the family of the girl, and they all are in favor of MLA. So this is what is happening right now in Bhadohi.
All right, Ajay, many thanks for getting us those details. Of course, we'll continue to track this case closely. And we now get you a mega exclusive. Yes, Republic has accessed CBI remand copy in the RG Kar case, where the CBI remand note nails the role of former principal of RG Kar Sandeep Ghosh. The note that mentions clearly that despite having information about the incident, he did not reach the hospital immediately. He tried to downplay the entire investigation. Not just that, he did not have the FIR registered on time and pushed the suicide theory. Here's an explainer to what the CBI investigation reveals so far.
CBI investigation in the RG Kar rape and murder case is a cover-up angle, and the tampering with evidence for which the role of Sandeep Ghosh as well as the Tala police station officer Abhijit Mondal is under the scanner. In fact, the duo have now been sent into custody until 17th of this month. Let's run you through these graphics that has details of the CBI remand copy that we've accessed. So the CBI in its remand copy has mentioned that Sandeep Ghosh was informed about the crime at 9:58 a.m. on 9th of August. In fact, you'd remember that it was Dr. Sumitra Roy who had informed the senior hospital staff at 9:30 a.m. about this crime which had happened in the seminar hall of the hospital, and it was minutes after that Sandeep Ghosh was in touch with the Tala police station as well as his legal team. So at minutes after he was informed, Sandeep Ghosh was in touch with not just the SHO Abhijit Mondal but also his legal team at around 1:40 p.m. So despite the principal having been informed about this crime of such serious nature, he did not rush to the hospital immediately. He did not reach the hospital immediately, and this while he was already in touch with the police officers as well as his legal team. Let's take a look at the other highlights from the CBI remand copy. So there was, CBI in its remand copy has particularly mentioned that there was a 14-hour delay in filing the FIR. So the question being raised at this stage is to, despite the hospital having been told about this crime at 9:30 a.m., why was there an undue delay in getting that FIR registered? In fact, Sandeep Ghosh did not make a formal complaint immediately, and he tried to push that suicide angle by the vice principal of the college. So even that complaint that was lodged at the Tala police station was not by Sandeep Ghosh but by the vice principal of the RG Kar college. He did not get the FIR registered immediately, as we told you. He pushed the suicide theory despite the body being found in a semi-naked state. So despite Abhaya's body that was found in a semi-naked position in the seminar hall, there was an unnatural death case that was lodged and not what was apparent from the scene at the seminar hall of the RG Kar hospital. He attempted to downplay the rape and murder as per the CBI remand copy, which is why CBI has said that it wants custodial interrogation of Sandeep Ghosh along with the Abhijit Mondal, the SHO of the Tala police station. In fact, note that the mystery, the 40-minute mystery still remains. This is the time period between 9:30 a.m. to 10:10 a.m. Despite the hospital having been told about this crime at 9:30 a.m., the first call that went to the Tala police station was at 10:10 a.m. He directed the staff to send the body to the morgue hurriedly. This is another claim which has also been made by the family of Abhaya, that the cremation was in a hurried manner, and that unnatural death case was registered after 14 hours. So first, there was an undue delay on part of Sandeep Ghosh. He did not even reach the hospital immediately. And that FIR was registered after a gap, a formal FIR was registered after a gap of 14 hours.
Moving on, as Republic brings exclusive news breaks in the RG Kar case, revealing that Mamata Banerjee's aide promoted a suicide narrative. The latest revelations intensify scrutiny and allegations, while on the other hand, West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee had invited a delegation of junior doctors for a meeting at her residence today at 5 p.m. Cutting across to Kishle, joining us live from the Bangla newsroom to take us through the details of this particular meet, Kishle, because Mamata Banerjee has said that this is the fifth and the final meet. What is one to make of this particular statement, given the fact that the doctors are still not convinced to how Mamata has been assuring them so far?
Well, Swesha, the letter which has been sent by the Chief Secretary to the junior doctors very clearly mentions this is the fifth time we are calling you and this is the last time. So this is in a way a threat to the doctors that if they don't come today, then they don't have to come again. That's what it means in a way. On the other hand, a time has been given to them. They have to reach the Chief Minister's residence by 4:45 p.m. today, and from 5 p.m. the meeting will begin. On the other hand, also there are certain clauses. It is mentioned boldly that no videography will be allowed and no live streaming will be allowed as well. So all those clauses has been given to the doctors. Right now the doctors are in a GB meeting, general body meeting, where they are discussing on this letter that has been sent to them, and then they will be holding a press conference and they will decide whether they'll go for this meeting or not. We are getting to know from our sources that the doctors are willing to accept all clauses in order to sit with the Chief Minister and resolve this standlock. But on the part of the government, on the part of the Chief Minister, whether she also has that same intention or not is a question or is a doubt that still prevails, because we saw last time as well the doctors went to her house, they went and accepted all her clauses that there will be no video recording, there will be no live streaming, but still then they were told the time is over, it's overtime now you have to leave the premises. So they were insulted in a way. Now again today they have been called, they have been in a way threatened, and it was written very clearly that either you come today or this is the last time. So right now we are waiting for the doctors to give out the decision of whether they'll be going or not, and if they're going, then what will be the demands or how will they conduct the meeting. Suesha.
Kishore, do stay on with us, because we understand the junior doctors have declared that they will not back down, and they are emphasizing that today's meeting is extremely important in terms of the outcome. They've demanded the meeting be live streamed or recorded with videographers present on both sides, if not live. The meeting that represents the demands of junior doctors across the nation. However, Mamata Banerjee, who is not agreeing to these demands. Let's listen in to what the doctors are saying.
You say that they know this is the final time they're calling you. Let's see what they do. Nothing, because our demands are very justified, and if they want to scare us, we'll not be afraid of their taunts.
So WBJ will agree to this demand, this call?
I think they will not, because I know my seniors. We saw yesterday that they have gone to the chief minister and they basically pleaded her, but they kept their spine straight. I don't think we'll bend down again. Let's see. It will be a subject to discussion amongst everyone, and let's see what the discussion comes up to be.
जैसे पहला भी बात था कि ये जो लड़ाई है हमारी, ये केवल डॉक्टर्स की लड़ाई नहीं है, ये कॉमन पीपल की भी लड़ाई है। इसलिए हम लोगों ने डिमांड किया था कि ये चीज़ लाइव हो। अगर लाइव नहीं हो रही है तो दोनों पार्टी अपना वीडियोग्राफर लें, वो कंप्लीट जो भी मीटिंग हो रहा है उसका वीडियो। इसका क्या रीज़न है कि जो भी डॉक्टर्स जा रहे हैं रिप्रेजेंट करने के लिए, वो पूरे इंडिया को रिप्रेजेंट कर रहे हैं इस केस पे। तो बाकी जो इंडिया के लोग जो इस मूवमेंट में हमारे साथ हैं, हमारे साथ खड़े हुए हैं, उनको जानने का पूरा ये हक है कि अंदर क्या हो रहा है, नहीं हो रहा है, प्रॉपर ट्रांसपेरेंसी के लिए। इसलिए हमारा डिमांड था कि ये चीज़ लाइव हो, और मतलब अगर लाइव नहीं हो पा रहा है तो वीडियोग्राफी एटलीस्ट जरूर हो। अभी जैसा आया है कि ये 5th और फाइनल है, हम लोग एक बार आपस में डिस्कस करते हैं, जो भी वेस्ट बंगाल जूनियर डॉक्टर फ्रंट के भी मेंबर्स हैं, उसके बाद जो हमारा डिसीजन होगा वो हम आपको जरूर बताएंगे।
Kishan, I want to come back to you, because fact is the doctors are not willing to back down. On the other end, government hospitals and people by and large are suffering because the doctors are not at work. Now, it is the Chief Minister's responsibility to solve this crisis, to arrive at a breakthrough, which the government has not been able to do so far. On the other hand, she puts an ultimatum saying that this is the 5th and the last meeting. What if today also they do not meet a common ground?
Well, exactly. I'll also add one correction here that though the junior doctors are not really working because they are taking part in this protest, all the senior doctors are working overtime in order to substitute for their juniors. And right now, the junior doctors and the senior doctors have claimed that no services have been stopped anyway. So, in a way, Mamata Banerjee or the state government claiming that 27 lives lost because of the junior doctors is a farce. That is what the junior doctors are saying. On the other hand, it is of course a fact that if the junior doctors are not working, if they are not a part of that whole medical workforce, then there are disruptions in the service. Now it is the part of the chief minister, as well as the health minister, as well as the home minister, as well as the police minister, all of them in one person, Mamata Banerjee.
Real-time 24/7 system of security for all healthcare professionals in the state of West Bengal. And we want an executive order to that effect published in the official Gazette notification so that registration of FIR is taken care of by the police within 1 hour of receipt of an individual or institutional complaint with regards to any kind of violence, threat, intimidation against a healthcare professional across the state of West Bengal. We also demand the immediate removal of all the corrupted executive and penal and ethical committee members of the West Bengal State Medical Council and the West Bengal Health Recruitment Board, along with removal of everyone who's in charge of West Bengal dental, nursing and pharmacy councils. And we demand the issuance of a notice of holding fresh elections under an appropriate and suitably chosen election commissioner who will oversee all the elections and will give the report to some suitable body which will supervise the entire process. Without free and fair elections in the state of West Bengal, we cannot have a system that has accountability, that the public can trust in. Right now, the public has lost complete faith, they have lost complete trust in the entire healthcare system, entire healthcare administration of the state. If a person, a doctor, a lady doctor can be a victim of such a heinous crime inside a busy working government hospital inside the city of Calcutta, just imagine what could be the fate of another patient or another common person who is there, right there in the city of Kolkata, anywhere in the west of West Bengal. I think this is something that calls everyone, there is a call for action, and I think everyone should be aggrieved against this kind of a crime. So, thank you. I'll now extend my invitation to Dr. Siddharth. Dr. Siddharth. Amar now? Dr. Adhish Basu. I represent PTW.
जी मैं डॉक्टर सिद्धार्थ तारा हूँ प्रोग्रेसिव मेडिकोज एंड साइंटिस्ट फोरम से। सबसे पहले मैं एक चीज़ को एड्रेस करना चाहता हूँ कि जो आरजी कर में हुआ उस रात को, उस चीज़ को लेकर दो गलत धारणाएं समाज में फैली हुई हैं। पहली बात कि वो एक सिंपल रेप और मर्डर केस था जो एकदम गलत है, और दूसरी कि ये बस डॉक्टर्स की सेफ्टी का मामला है, ये भी गलत है पॉइंट। ये सिंपल और रेप और मर्डर केस नहीं था, ये बात है सिस्टमिक करप्शन की, जिसके चलते ऐसी स्थिति वहाँ पे पैदा हुई। इतने खच्चर हालत में हमारे अस्पताल और उनकी सिक्योरिटी रही कि जिस वजह से क्राइम हो पाया, और उसी करप्शन के चलते जो इस क्राइम का कवर अप किया गया। स्टेट मशीनरी के हर लेवल पे एक इकोसिस्टम रहा है ऑफिशियल्स का, जिनको पैट्रोनेज मिली है लोकल पावर से, जिसके चलते इसका कवर अप हो पाया। इट इज नॉट ए सिंपल रेप एंड मर्डर केस। अगर ये सिंपल केस होता तो इसका इतना कवर अप नहीं किया जाता। एंड इट इज अबाउट द राइट टू अर्न लिविंग फॉर एवरी वुमन हु गोज आउट ऑफ हर होम, कि अब इज्जत से दो रोटी कमा के वो घर पे आ सके, भले ही वो डॉक्टर हो, सफाई कर्मचारी हो, जो भी हो। हमारे समाज में इतना वो होना चाहिए। तीसरी बात है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने आरजीकर केस में जो हुआ और जो उसके बाद जो 15 अगस्त की रात को जो सुबह को जो अटैक हुआ था उसकी तो कॉग्निजेंस ली है, लेकिन जो कवर अप हुआ है वो अपने आप में एक बहुत बड़ा केस है। उसके ऊपर एक टाइम बाउंड जुडिशियल इंक्वायरी बाय सिटिंग जज होनी चाहिए। जो भी हमारे जो वेस्ट बंगाल के जूनियर डॉक्टर्स प्रोटेस्ट कर रहे हैं, उसमें से हर एक बंदा एक विसल ब्लोअर है, और उनको बचाने के लिए ज़रूरी है कि हॉस्पिटल एडमिनिस्ट्रेशन में, स्टेट लोकल लॉ इन्फोर्समेंट में, जो स्टेट मशीनरी में जो भी ऑफिशियल्स कंप्लिसिट थे इसके कवर अप में, उनको वहाँ से निकाला जाए। अदरवाइज ये डॉक्टर्स वहाँ सेफ नहीं रहेंगे। जैसे व्यापम हुआ वैसे यहाँ पे भी दिक्कत आएगी। अगर हम इस चीज़ को आज भुला देते हैं तो हो सकता है 2 साल बाद जिन लोगों ने विसल ब्लो की है उनकी डेथ, उनको टारगेटिंग किलिंग की जाए। इसीलिए हम चाहते हैं कि पूरा देश इस चीज़ को लेके साथ में आए कि ये सिर्फ बंगाल में ही नहीं हो रही है ऐसी चीज़ें, ऐसे इंस्टीट्यूशनल करप्शन और पॉलिटिकल पैट्रोनेज के साथ पूरे इंडिया में ऐसा चीज़ हो रहा है। हमारे कॉलेजेस में ऐसे डीन्स एंड डायरेक्टर्स आ रहे हैं जिनको खुली छूट दे दी गई है, पूरा एक रेन ऑफ टेरर है उनकी, एक फीफडम बना दिया गया, आपको जो करना है करो। वहाँ पे स्टूडेंट यूनियंस के इलेक्शन नहीं होने दिए जा रहे हैं, आरडीए के इलेक्शन नहीं होने जा रहे हैं, इलेक्टेड के बजाय अपॉइंटेड आरडीएस खड़ी कर दी जाती हैं। वेस्ट बंगाल जूनियर डॉक्टर्स फोरम जो अभी बनाया गया है, ये पहली शुरुआत है जहाँ पे ये ऑर्गेनिकली उठ के आए हैं इस एट्रॉसिटी के बाद। हम उनके साथ खड़े हैं, मैं इतना कहना चाहूँगा। एक इंस्टीट्यूशनल और एडमिनिस्ट्रेटिव अकाउंटेबिलिटी फिक्स होनी चाहिए, तभी जाके कुछ हो पाएगा।
Now we can throw questions on us.
ये बता पा रहे कि जो आपने डिमांड बहुत सारी गिनाई, की डिमांड आप क्या मांग कर रहे हैं? पश्चिम बंगाल सरकार से मांग कर रहे हैं या किससे मांग कर रहे हैं? जो 2-3 प्रमुख डिमांड है, कुल कितनी डिमांड है और आपके फोरम का नाम कर फिर से बता पा रहे हैं?
असली डिमांड्स हमारे जो है सभी असली डिमांड्स है, कोई नौकरी डिमांड तो हमारा नहीं है। पहले चीज़ यही है। दूसरा चीज़ यही है कि हमारा जो डिमांड्स है पहले सीबीआई से, पहले जो डिमांड है वो सीबीआई से है क्योंकि ट्रांसपेरेंट एंड इम्पार्शियल इन्वेस्टिगेशन के लिए, रैपिड इन्वेस्टिगेशन के लिए। दूसरी मांग हमारे है गवर्नमेंट ऑफ वेस्ट बंगाल से, क्योंकि जिस सिस्टमिक फेलियर एंड करप्शन के लिए ये घटना घटी, उसका जो जिन जिन डिपार्टमेंटल ऑफिशियल्स का इन्वॉल्वमेंट दिखा गया है, पुलिस एंड हेल्थ का, वो सभी डिपार्टमेंटल हेड्स को इमीडिएट रिमूव करना पड़ेगा, अपसारित करना पड़ेगा। तीसरी बात ये है जो पुलिस कमिश्नर जो है और जो डिप्टी कमिश्नर नॉर्थ और डिप्टी कमिश्नर सेंट्रल, इसका डायरेक्ट कनाइवेंस है इस घटना से, कवर अप से, एविडेंस टैम्परिंग से, सो इसको भी रिमूव करना है और पनिशमेंट देना पड़ेगा। तीसरी बात यह है कि ये गवर्नमेंट जो गलत बता रहा है, गलत संख्या बता रहा है, गलत इंफॉर्मेशन दे रहा है जूनियर डॉक्टर्स के बारे में, इसके सीजवार के कारण ये मौत हुई। कभी 20 बोल रहा है, कभी 23 बोला रहा है, कभी 24 बोला जा रहा है। इसको गवर्नमेंट को वाइट पेपर देना पड़ेगा, कितने मौत हुई, इस साल कितने मौत हुई अगस्त महीने में, पिछले साल कितने थी, उसके पहले कितने थी, तो कंपैरेटिव डेटा आना चाहिए, ये बोलना चाहते हैं। हमारा अगला जो डिमांड है, ये जूनियर डॉक्टर्स लोग जो मांग रहे हैं और उनका मांग पूरा करना है। आज ही शाम को फिर तीसरी बार के लिए बुलाया गया चीफ मिनिस्टर्स का रेसिडेंस में 5 बजे।
Amity University is organizing an international conference on semiconductor technologies, materials to chips, with over 200 speakers and delegates from top organizations and global academic institutions from 11 countries. This is another initiative by Amity, aligned with the Government of India's semiconductor mission.
रेसलिंग से मुझे जुड़ने का मौका मिला था। मैं रेसलिंग फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडिया का पहला ब्रांड एम्बेसडर था 2014-15 में। तो अभी रेसलिंग बहुत फेमस थी, कई 2-3 साल से, मतलब पिछले साल तो बहुत फेमस रही। ब्रिजभूषण जी का हुआ, फिर जो हमारे जो रेसलर्स हैं, जो युवा रेसलर्स हैं, उनका कुछ हुआ। तो वो रेसलिंग पीछे आ रही थी। तो वो जो हो रहा था ना, वहां पे बैठे थे वो, मैं नहीं कहूँगा कि कौन सही कौन गलत है, मगर वो कुश्ती पीछे जा रही थी।
किस वजह से?
क्योंकि जब आप बैठते हैं कि रेसलिंग पे ऐसे एलिगेशन लगते हैं कि भैया सही पारदर्शिता नहीं हो रही, कोई मोलेस्टेशन का ये हो गया, कोई दूसरा हो गया, तो क्या होता है, वो चीज़ पीछे जाती है। कोई भी विवाद होता है, वो चीज़ आगे नहीं आती, वो विवाद से चीज़ हाईलाइट होकर पीछे जाती है। जैसे पहले कुछ मीडिया ने भी रेसलिंग को डिफरेंट लिया, पहले बोलते थे कि भैया 2 पहलवान बुला लाओ, दो पहलवानों कर लाओ। तो क्या था कि पहलवान का अर्थ पता क्या होता है? पहलवान प्रथम आह्वान माने हर चीज में जो इंसान शारीरिक रूप से, मानसिक रूप से, अनुशासन रूप से प्रथम होता है वो पहलवान होता है। विद द पर्सन इज फिजिकली मेंटली डिसिप्लिन फर्स्ट, ही और सी इज रेसलर। तो मुझे अनुराग जी से ही मेरी बात हुई जो हमारे खेल मंत्री थे। बाकी ये सब हुआ यार, क्या करना चाहिए, ये तो ये वो है। अब मैं चुपचाप सुन रहा था, देख रहा था दोनों साइड, क्योंकि मैंने ब्रजभूषण जी के साथ काम किया। ही वाज वेरी गुड। मैं क्योंकि कुश्ती के दौरान कुश्ती को बढ़ावा देने के लिए मुझे उससे अच्छा प्रेसिडेंट नहीं लगा अब तक का। अच्छा। मैंने बहुत प्रेसिडेंट देखे हैं, सबका अपना अलग अलग वो था। फिर बाकी ये बच्चे हैं जैसे बजरंग है, साक्षी है, विनेश है, मेरे सामने आई, मतलब ये जिनकी मैंने ग्रोथ देखी है। तो ये छोटे भाई बहन है। तो फिर मैंने सोचा कि मैं किसके लिए बोलूं, क्या बोलूं, मुझे खुद नहीं पता। मैं एमेच्योर रेसलिंग से काफी दूर हूं।
You know, the actual problem is a criminal nexus run by few doctors who are very close to the current ruling political dispensation, which is running a criminal nexus across the state health sector on different institutions of health sector, like the health department, like the medical colleges, like the West Bengal Medical Council, the health university, the health recruitment board, like the Medical Service Corporation Limited. Everywhere in the health sector, it's a syndicate. And because of this syndicate, this could happen, this heinous crime could happen.
Director, the taste of success.
Amity University is organizing an international conference on semiconductor technologies, materials to chips, with over 200 speakers and delegates from top organizations and global academic institutions from 11 countries. This is another initiative by Amity, aligned with the Government of India's semiconductor mission.
Capsule, you can see it turning a little bit with the drogue parachutes. And there are the 4 main chutes now deployed. They'll slowly open up to their full deployment here in just a few seconds.
Incredible views of the Polaris Dawn crew return. We can see the Polaris Dawn crew nestled in their seats there on the left-hand side of your screen as they anticipate their splashdown.
200, we're bracing.
Copy, 200 embraced.
Bracing.
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Whatever it may be also utilized for political purposes, like the political current leaders of and spokespersons of current political regime. They are utilizing it. They are posting videos and audios, manufactured, engineered and doctored videos and audio clips, and based on that, police is arresting the peaceful protesters. These things are going on in the state of West Bengal. We vehemently condemn this.
Thank you.
Any more questions, please?
Doctor, you mentioned among your various demands the removal of the Director of Health Services, Director of
Yes.
and so on. Now these are officials who have at the moment not been accused of any crime. So how can someone be removed without doing anything wrong because he told to done something wrong?
It was the highest health officials who actually, you know, it's first of all, it's a vicarious liability of the higher level officials. The second thing, you know, the order for demolition of the crime's place of occurrence was given by the Director of Medical Education with the consent of the Health Secretary. So actually it was, you know, the destruction, an attempt to destroy the evidences. So they should be brought under the scanner of the investigation, and they should be removed from their posts. They have lost all credibility and any moral right to be on their post.
And furthermore, one point is there, that this existing criminal and corruption nexus, which is in existence for couple of years, innumerable number of correspondents from the responsible organization have been sent to this administration, and very surprisingly and unfortunately they maintained their sad silence. Had the administration acted in time, such corruption nexus cannot be flourished in this way, and may our Abhaya or Tilottama, the precious life of this institutional murder, can be avoided. So we think that if these persons are in the chair, the investigation can be influenced in any way, because there are multiple audio clips, video clips, published news. The people perceive that there are multiple evidences that tampering of evidences have been done. So not to allow further and not to frustrate the investigation for the ultimate justice for Abhaya, this should be done temporarily till the investigation is complete.
One point I would like to
Yeah, sure.
लड़कियों के साथ पूरे देश में हो रहा है, मणिपुर की लड़कियों को नहीं रोकते हो, उत्तराखंड में हुआ, कानपुर में हुआ, आप इनके लिए भी हो?
Yes, we are against all these crimes. We are against all these crimes. We are against all these. We are protesting. Not we are against all the such heinous crimes. May it be Hathras, may it be Unnao, may it be Manipur. We are against Katwa. We are against all such heinous crimes. But this particular crime is a state-sponsored crime. It's a crime, is the inevitable outcome of this, health syndicate, this criminal nexus run by the people close to the current ruling political dispensation and the health and police administration.
ये जो आपने क्वेश्चन पूछा, ये सब कनेक्टेड है, क्योंकि इन सारे क्राइम्स, इन सारे रेप्स को उन लोगों ने किया था जिनके ऊपर पॉलिटिकल पैट्रोनेज है. ये नॉर्मल क्राइम्स नहीं थे. बिल्कुल था. एंड रिगार्डिंग जो क्वेश्चन आपने किया था पहले कि जूनियर डॉक्टर से बात की बात,
We are today we will concentrate on this particular issues only.
But the thing regarding that the conversation with the junior doctors, Chief Minister Sahiba वहाँ पे protest site पे गईं, but she addressed the people of Bengal, but not the people protesting there. There is a difference between talking to the doctors and talking with the doctors. West Bengal government needs to talk with the doctors to resolve this issue. And the main point is justice for Abhaya.
You cannot justify this unique crime with many other examples, because this is unique in its character, as on-duty lady doctor was raped and killed in her own hospital. This has no other second instance. There is no other second instance in the entire world. वो तो हम भी पूछ रहा है, हम भी पूछ रहे हैं,
सीबीआई ने क्या किया वो तो
हम भी पूछ रहे हैं,
वो हमारा भी सवाल.
हाँ जी.
Let's not go into who's politics.
We are not. कोलकाता जैसे शहर में ऐसी घटना इतिहास में कभी नहीं हुई.
A political battle.
Yes, please. Please, one by one. Yes.
Especially, why have so many people in the health department not been removed? Do you think this is a deliberate attempt to divert the investigation and also frustrate the same? That is
Cover up. Exactly. You are right. Actually, this is a deliberate attempt to cover up the incidents, to shield the actual perpetrators, and from the highest level of the administration. The guy that was arrested by the CBI, one police officer, the day before yesterday, and few days back on 9th of September, the Chief Minister herself on camera said from Nabarno, the State Secretariat, that why did not the private hospitals admit him when he was malingering some illness and trying to get admitted in those hospitals. So, it's from the highest level of the administration, the cover-up attempt is there. It is evident as broad daylight. Yes?
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay.
So our junior
press meet.
We have a printed press release. Please collect one copy from us, from the table. And our junior doctors will be addressing you soon.
All right, so there you have the doctors, senior doctors holding a press briefing and saying that the Chief Minister, Mamata Banerjee, is not talking to the doctors, that they're demanding a transparency in this investigation, in this cover-up at the RG Kaur Medical College, waiting for justice, raising their voices against the hospital administration, all those who are complicit in this cover-up, and of course appealing to the government, to the Health, Home and Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. This is the final meeting that is going to happen, viewers, at 5 p.m. today. Mamata Banerjee said that this is the fifth and the final meeting. And the key demands, if we can talk about, is the transparent and rapid CBI investigation, addressing the systemic failure in Bengal, removing all the heads involved in this cover-up, senior police officials, removing the DCP, removing the commissioner, fulfilling the junior doctors and the RDAs, the Resident Doctor Association's demands, also ensuring transparent meeting process. So they've also, in fact, raised the demand for dissolving the medical council. And remember, there have been many individuals whose names have surfaced in this entire cover-up, who have been associated with the former principal Shandip Ghosh, who is in CBI custody. They have also appealed, they've also demanded for protection of the protesters. We've seen the crackdown on. In fact, viewers, we'll just get you an explainer on that. We'll tell you and make you understand that how former RG Kaur principal Shandip Ghosh had in fact tried to cover up this entire incident that happened on the 9th of August. Take a look.
Investigation in the RJ rape and murder case is a cover-up angle, and the tampering with evidence for which the role of Sandip Ghosh as well as the Tala police station officer Abhijit Mondal is under the scanner. In fact, the duo have now been sent into custody until 17th of this month. Let's run you through these graphics that has details of the CBI remand copy that we've accessed. So the CBI in its remand copy has mentioned that Sandip Ghosh was informed about the crime at 9:58 a.m. on 9th of August. In fact, you'd remember that it was Dr. Sumitra Roy who had informed the senior hospital staff at 9:30 a.m. about this crime which had happened in the seminar hall of the hospital. And it was minutes after that that Sandip Ghosh was in touch with the Tala police station as well as his legal team. So at minutes after he was informed, Sandip Ghosh was in touch with not just the SHO Abhijit Mandal but also his legal team at around 1:40 p.m. So despite the principal having been informed about this crime of such serious nature, he did not rush to the hospital immediately. He did not reach the hospital immediately, and this while he was already in touch with the police officers as well as his legal team. Let's take a look at the other highlights from the CBI remand copy. So there was, CBI in its remand copy has particularly mentioned that there was a 14-hour delay in filing the FIR. So the question being raised at this stage is to, despite the hospital having been told about this crime at 9:40 or 9:30 a.m. Why was there an undue delay in getting that FIR registered? In fact, Sandeep Ghosh did not make a formal complaint immediately, and he tried to push that suicide angle by the vice principal of the college. So even that complaint that was lodged at the Tala police station was not by Sandeep Ghosh, but by the vice principal of the Arjikar college. He did not get the FIR registered immediately, as we told you. He pushed the suicide theory despite the body being found in a semi-naked state. So despite Abhaya's body that was found in semi-naked position in the seminar hall, there was an unnatural death case that was lodged, and not what was apparent from the scene at the seminar hall of the Arjikar hospital. He attempted to downplay the rape and murder as per the CBI remand copy, which is why CBI has said that it wants custodial interrogation of Sandeep Ghosh along with Abhijit Mondal, the SHO of the Tala police station. In fact, note that the mystery, the 40-minute mystery still remains. This is the time period between 9:30 a.m. to 10:10 a.m. Despite the hospital having been told about this crime at 9:30 a.m., the first call that went to the Tala police station was at 10:10 a.m. He directed the staff to send the body to the morgue hurriedly. This is another claim which has also been made by the family of Abhaya, that the cremation was in a hurried manner, and that unnatural death case was registered after 14 hours. So first, there was an undue delay on part of Sandeep Ghosh. He did not even reach the hospital immediately. And that FIR was registered after a gap, a formal FIR was registered after a gap of 14 hours.
And my colleague Kishtwar is joining us live from our Bangla newsroom in Kolkata. Now, Kishtwar, just ahead of that meeting, which Mamata Banerjee calls the fifth and the final meeting, the senior doctors have made it very clear that they remain persistent in their pursuit of justice and their demands, and they have pointed out once again the multiple lapses that have come to light, and that Mamata Banerjee and her administration cannot escape that. And there is the demand for multiple things, be it the transparency in the probe, be it removal of police commissioners, and also people at Arjikar.
Well, the junior doctors and the senior doctors, the joint forum, held a press conference a while back, and we were hearing that press conference. And this press conference was happening parallelly while the GB meeting, or the general body meeting of the doctors was happening in Kolkata, where they were deciding whether they will be going for today's meeting or not. That decision is yet to come, and we will be looking into that. Now, the doctors forum, including the junior doctors and the senior doctors, they put forward 8 or 9 demands, including that the CBI must carry on transparent and rapid investigation, including that the fact the West Bengal government, including the fact that all the corrupt officials, including the police officials, the CP, the DCP, all of them needs to be removed, and also the medical council of West Bengal should be dissolved as soon as possible, and no action should be taken on peaceful protesters, and that the meeting with the chief minister should happen in a transparent way. Now, whether all that is accepted by the government is a matter, but the most important and crucial thing right now is whether this meeting will happen or not at 5 p.m. today. Now, the letter that has been sent by the Chief Secretary of West Bengal to the junior doctors clearly is in a tone of threatening. Now, the Chief Secretary writes, this is the 5th and final time we are calling you for the meeting. Now, 5th and final time means that there won't be any more chances given to the junior doctors. What if the junior doctors don't go today? Then what happens? Will there be action on them? Consequences on them? These are questions. Also, the Chief Secretary has given a timeline of 4:45 p.m. when the junior doctors need to reach the Chief Minister's residence. The junior doctors are still now in that meeting. Now, whether they'll be going or not is a question, because they also wanted transparency in the meeting. But in the letter, it is very specifically mentioned that there won't be any live streaming or video recording. But also, it is mentioned that there will be a minute-to-minute update about the meeting in a piece of paper where both the parties will be signing at the end. Now, whether that will be accepted by the doctors or not is a question. Last time we saw the doctors were insulted and almost driven out of the Chief Minister's house. That meeting is right now on. On the other hand, the press conference of the junior and senior doctors gave out some very important points about this whole matter. Rakshita.
Right. Thank you so much, Kishtwar, for joining us. We'll keep a track to the developers coming in, as it's just a few, almost 2 hours a little less than 2 hours to go for that meeting. All eyes will be on that. We will continue to keep a track and keep coming back to you. But right now, viewers, we are getting our exclusive conversation from Manipur right now. The Chief Minister of the state, N. Biren Singh, in an exclusive conversation with Republic TV, has confirmed the arrest of a KNAB cadre with the proof of arms supply that will be handed over to the NIA. He reiterated the involvement of external forces in the ongoing tensions in Manipur. Take a listen in.
So one KNAB cadet has been arrested from very close to the Indo-Myanmar border. How do you react to this?
No, I really appreciate the Assam Rifles who arrested KNAB cadres from Myanmar, and also the media report says that this particular KNAB personnel cadre was supplying arms and ammunition to the militant operating in the Manipur. So it clearly shows that I, from the very beginning, claiming that the crisis in Manipur is not a mere law and order. It is with the hand of the outsider. So it has proved. I appreciate the Assam Rifles.
So now, since it has been proved that a foreign hand is involved, are you going to take up the matter with the higher authorities?
Definitely this case will be handed over to the NIA, and I have already requested to the ministry, and they will definitely take up.
So one KNAB cadet has been arrested from very close to the Indo-Myanmar border. How do you react to this?
No, I really appreciate the Assam Rifles who arrested KNAB cadres from Myanmar, and also the media report says that this particular KNAB personnel cadre was supplying arms and ammunition to the militant operating in the Manipur. So it clearly shows that I, from the very beginning, claiming that the crisis in Manipur is not a mere law and order. It is with the hand of the outsider. So it has proved. I appreciate the Assam Rifles.
So now, since it has been proved that a foreign hand is involved, are you going to take up the matter with the higher authorities?
Definitely this case will be handed over to the NIA, and I have already requested to the ministry, and they will definitely take up.
Shifting focus to Delhi now, with Arvind Kejriwal's resignation deadline approaching, key Aam Aadmi Party figures are gathering. Raghav Chadha, following Manish Sisodia, has arrived at Kejriwal's residence, and a crucial PAC meeting is scheduled for this evening. So the Aam Aadmi Party is in a huddle, and there's a suspense over who will be the next Chief Minister of Delhi. Remember, Arvind Kejriwal has been granted conditional bail by the Supreme Court in the liquor gate, but he has announced just yesterday that he will be resigning in a matter of 48 hours. And now, of course, parleys are going on at Chief Minister's residence and civil lines, and Manish Sisodia is also meeting Arvind Kejriwal. Now, Raghav Chadha is also is the latest one to join this meeting.
मुख्यमंत्री जी ने जनता के बीच में रखा है। कल इतवार था, आज ईद की छुट्टी है, लिहाजा कल यानी कि मंगलवार को जो पहला वर्किंग डे आता है उसमें मुख्यमंत्री अपने इस्तीफे को दे देंगे, और इस्तीफा जैसे ही मंजूर होगा उसके बाद विधायक दल की जो है बैठक होगी। विधायक दल अपना एक नेता चुनेंगे, जो नेता चुना जाएगा वो अपना स्टेक टू पावर, जो अपना क्लेम है, वो उपराज्यपाल के माध्यम से राष्ट्रपति को अपना क्लेम देंगे। क्योंकि कोई ऐसी दिक्कत नहीं है, हमारे 60 विधायक हैं, तो जाहिर सी बात है उनको बुलावा आएगा, और जब वो बुलावा आएगा तो फिर वो जो है अपनी शपथ लेंगे। तो इस तरीके का है, और मुझे लगता है कि ज़्यादा दिन नहीं, 1 हफ्ते के अंदर ये सारी की सारी प्रक्रिया हो जानी चाहिए। मोटे तौर पे टाइमलाइन ये है कि कल ये फैसला मुख्यमंत्री जी ने जनता के बीच में रखा है। कल इतवार था, आज ईद की छुट्टी है, लिहाजा कल यानी कि मंगलवार को जो पहला वर्किंग डे आता है उसमें मुख्यमंत्री अपने इस्तीफे को दे देंगे, और इस्तीफा जैसे ही मंजूर होगा उसके बाद विधायक दल की जो है बैठक होगी। विधायक दल अपना एक नेता चुनेंगे, जो नेता चुना जाएगा वो अपना स्टेक टू पावर, जो अपना क्लेम है, वो उपराज्यपाल के माध्यम से राष्ट्रपति को अपना क्लेम देंगे, क्योंकि कोई ऐसी दिक्कत नहीं है, हमारे 60 विधायक हैं, तो जाहिर सी बात है उनको बुलावा आएगा, और जब वो बुलावा आएगा तो फिर वो जो है अपनी शपथ लेंगे। तो इस तरीके का है, और मुझे लगता है कि ज़्यादा दिन नहीं, एक हफ्ते के अंदर ये सारी की सारी प्रक्रिया हो जानी चाहिए।
All right, my colleague Soumya tracking our development from the National Capital joins us live on the broadcast now. Just 24 hours left for Arvind Kejriwal to decide on the party supremo, along with the key figures of the Aam Aadmi Party are in a huddle right now. What is the latest you're picking up? Any names that you have picked on who are the front runners in the race?
Yes, well, Rakshita, right now we are standing outside Arvind Kejriwal's residence, and if we talk about Aam Aadmi Party in particular, last 3 days have been very crucial for this party, because last 3 days have been all about marathon meetings. Since day before yesterday, discussions on Kejriwal resigning from his post had started, because as per our sources, a very crucial meeting took place at Manish Sisodia's residence day before yesterday, which was attended by the who's in who of Aam Aadmi Party. Apparently, Punjab Chief Minister Bhagwant Mann was also present in that meeting. Now we talk about the latest developments. At the present, Raghav Chadha and Manish Sisodia had visited Arvind Kejriwal at his residence earlier today. They were here for over an hour. And now what we are picking up is that there is going to be an important PAC meeting here today, which will be attended by 11 members. All the top leaderships are going to be present here. Now, if we talk about the front runners, who are the front runners for the chief ministerial post of the national capital, we are picking up 3 names, because just like Arvind Kejriwal, Manish Sisodia has also announced that he is waiting for people's verdict. Only after that he will be joining his office back. So we can see Atishi, Saurabh Bhardwaj and Raghav Chadha being the front runners for the chief ministerial post. Back to you.
All right. Thanks so much, Soumya, for joining us with those updates coming in. We'll keep a close eye on those developments coming in. Right now, viewers, we are tracking more political reactions on this story as speculations are rife over who will be the next Chief Minister of Delhi. Listen into the reactions.
Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is a fountainhead of corruption. With all these corruption charges against him being the kingpin of this liquor scam, he is afraid to go to the people. So, with this resignation drama, he's trying to, in this drama of deceit, I would call it, he's trying to dupe and cheat the people by going to them and trying to win over them in a very surreptitious way.
The Honorable Supreme Court of India had also indicated in their order that he ought to resign on the ground of morality. But if you remember, various courts of this country have found Mr. Kejriwal to be the kingpin of the liquor scam. The bail condition which has been imposed on him by the Honorable Supreme Court of India is very strict, very stringent. It disallows him from functioning as a CM particularly, because it does not allow him to sign any files. It does not allow him to enter the CM's secretariat. ऐसा लगता है जैसे वो अपनी बेल कंडीशन की विवशता पर एक नैतिकता का आवरण डाल रहे हैं और ये राजनीतिक स्वांग रच रहे हैं।
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो उनको जमानत दी है वो कंडीशनल है। फाइलों पे दस्तखत नहीं कर सकते, फाइलों के फैसले नहीं कर सकते। तो अगर वो फाइलों के फैसले नहीं करेंगे, फाइलों पर दस्तखत नहीं करेंगे, तो वो मुख्यमंत्री कैसे रह सकते हैं? फिर तो फाइलों का अंबार लग जाएगा। इसलिए उनकी मजबूरी है कि वो इस्तीफ़ा दें। 2 दिन के लिए शायद वो ये तय नहीं कर पा रहे कि कौन मुख्यमंत्री बने। कहा जाता है कि वो अपनी पत्नी को बनाना चाहते हैं, जिसको भी बनाना चाहते हों, इसीलिए गालिबन वो 2 दिन का टाइम ले रहे हैं, वरना तो उन्हें इस्तीफ़ा दे ही देना चाहिए था।
All right, viewers, Mamata Banerjee has called for a junior doctors meeting today at around 5 p.m. We will be keeping a track of all the latest developments coming in from Kolkata and the cover-up expose. Stay tuned to Republic TV.
Amity University is organizing an international conference on semiconductor technologies, materials to chips, with over 200 speakers and delegates from top organizations and global academic institutions from 11 countries. This is another initiative by Amity, aligned with the Government of India's semiconductor mission.
ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮ್ಮಿಟ್ಗಳ ಇತಿಹಾಸದಲ್ಲೇ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಮೈಲುಗಲ್ಲು ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಸೋಕೆ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಸಿದ್ಧವಾಗಿದೆ. ರಿಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಹಾಸಂಗಮ. ಇದು ಕನಸಿನ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ದಿಗ್ಗಜರ ಸಮಾಗಮ ಅತಿ ಶೀಘ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ.
Capsule, you can see it turning a little bit with the drogue parachutes. And there are the 4 main chutes now deployed. They'll slowly open up to their full deployment here in just a few seconds.
Now, viewers, in Karnataka's Mangaluru, Dakshin Kannada, the Bajrang Dal organized a protest following a recent clash in Monday. The demonstration has led to deployment of heavy security personnel in the area. Here's a report.
The Bajrang Dal called for a massive demonstration in Karnataka's Mangaluru on Monday. Protesters broke down barricades amid heavy security deployed across the city.
Some issue that is happening amongst a few people, and I cannot disclose what the issue is, and we just wanted to make sure that everything remains peaceful. In that regard, we have made sufficient bandobast and we have ensured that peace is prevailed in Badpal as well as Dakshin Kannada district, and we will continue to do so in the future also.
The protest follows recent clashes during the Nagamangala Ganesh procession in Mandya. The situation in Mangaluru remains volatile, with heightened tensions resulting in massive police deployment to maintain order in the region.
Floods are wreaking havoc across Poland. Now, this is the worst flooding since 1997, which has hit the country quite hard. Take a look at this report to know the latest.
Severe floods are wreaking havoc across Poland, with the worst flooding since 1997 hitting the country hard. Shekowice-Dziedzica is one of the worst affected cities. Flood waters have engulfed large parts of the region. More rain is on the way, with accumulations expected to exceed 700 centimeters in some areas, surpassing the devastating records of 1997. Authorities are on high alert as Poland braces for further flooding in the days to come.
And viewers, it's time for a very, very short break. But remember, Republic TV's relentless coverage from Bengal continues. Mamata Banerjee has called for a meeting with the junior doctors. In the press conference, senior and junior doctors came together and continued with their demands of transparency in the meeting. We'll tell you more details on that. Stay tuned.
Director, the taste of success.
रेसलिंग से मुझे जुड़ने का मौका मिला था. मैं रेसलिंग फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडिया का पहला ब्रांड एम्बेसडर था 2014-15 में. तो भी रेसलिंग बहुत फेमस थी, कई 2-3 साल से, मतलब पिछले साल तो बहुत फेमस रही. ब्रिजभूषण जी का हुआ, फिर जो हमारे जो रेसलर्स हैं, जो युवा रेसलर्स हैं, उनका कुछ हुआ. तो वो रेसलिंग पीछे आ रही थी. तो वो जो हो रहा था ना, वहां पे बैठे थे वो, मैं कहूँगा कि कौन सही कौन गलत है, मगर वो कुश्ती पीछे जा रही थी.
किस वजह से?
क्योंकि जब आप बैठते हैं कि रेसलिंग पे ऐसे एलिगेशन लगते हैं कि भैया सही पारदर्शिता नहीं हो रही, कोई मोलेस्टेशन का ये हो गया, कोई दूसरा हो गया, तो क्या होता है वो चीज़ पीछे जाती है. कोई भी विवाद होता है वो चीज आगे नहीं आती, वो विवाद से चीज हाईलाइट होके पीछे जाती है। जैसे पहले कुछ मीडिया ने भी रेसलिंग को डिफरेंट लिया, पहले बोलते थे कि भैया 2 पहलवान बुला लाओ, 2 पहलवानों कर लाओ। तो क्या था कि पहलवान का अर्थ पता क्या होता है? पहलवान प्रथम आह्वान माने हर चीज में। जो इंसान शारीरिक रूप से, मानसिक रूप से, अनुशासन रूप से प्रथम होता है वो पहलवान होता है। विद द पर्सन इज अ फिजिकली मेंटली डिसिप्लिन फर्स्ट, ही और सी इज रेसलर। तो मुझे अनुराग जी से ही मेरी बात हुई जो हमारे खेल मंत्री थे।
The junior doctors protesting in Bengal against Mamata are outright naming her and have demanded that top officials who were part of the cover-up in the Abhaya investigation should be sacked. This after it was revealed by Republic Bangla that Sandeep Ghosh tried to downplay the Abhaya rape and murder case, and in fact he tried to peddle the suicide theory. More on this story after the headlines.
Presented by Royal Global University. Northeast can't wait. Pado kuch bano.
CBI remand note reveals clincher details. Sandeep Ghosh downplayed the crime and peddled a suicide narrative.
Of the government. As a responsible executive, you have to take disciplinary action against him, and that has not been started yet, as far as we know.
Mamata government reaches out to protesting doctors as she calls for meet at 5 p.m. today. Doctors meanwhile remain stern on their demands.
आज जम्मू कश्मीर का एक क्षेत्र अगर तिरंगे से शोभित है तो मैं इस भूमि के हमारे पूर्वजों को इसके लिए सत नमन करूं।
With the last leg of campaigning in Jammu and Kashmir, Union Home Minister Amit Shah roars in Jammu, slams Congress and National Conference for backing terrorism.
जम्मू कश्मीर में 2 प्रधान, 2 विधान, 2 झंडे कभी नहीं हो सकते। झंडा एक ही होगा, हमारा प्यारा तिरंगा होगा और कोई।
From Kishtwar, Amit Shah sends a strong message, says Article 370 will never be restored.
So now since it has been proved that a foreign hand is involved, are you going to take up the matter with the higher authorities?
Definitely this case will be handed over to the NIA, and I have already requested to the ministry, and they will definitely take up.
Republic news break confirmed. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh confirms foreign hand in violence. Donald Trump narrowly escapes yet another assassination attempt in his golf club in Florida. Suspect Ryan Ruth arrested. An AK-47, 2 backpacks and a GoPro recovered.
Presented by Royal Global University. Northeast can't wait. Pado kuch bano.
In a mega exclusive, Republic has accessed CBI remand copy in RG rape and murder investigation. The CBI remand note nails the role of former principal of RG Sandeep Ghosh, and the note mentions that despite having information about the incident, he did not reach the hospital immediately. Not only this, Ghosh did not insist on registration of FIR. Furthermore, he tried to downplay the incident and even peddled the suicide theory instead. So the role of Mamata's man is confirmed in the cover-up in Abhaya rape and murder investigation, which was initially initiated by the Bengal government, the Kolkata police. In fact, there are demands now from the doctors that top officials of the police, of the Bengal police, Kolkata police, should be sacked for their role. They have demanded that there should be an addressal of the system in the hospital, state-run hospitals in Bengal. There should be 24/7 security. I am being joined by my colleague Kishale from Republic Bangla. Kishale, can you get us some more details and break this down for us, the CBI remand note and what it mentions and what it means?
Well, exactly, the exclusive copy of remand note is in the hand of Republic TV, and I'll be explaining that as well. Also, we are getting live feed from the junior doctors press conference that was supposed to be held today. So we may cut into that also in a while. On the other hand, CBI has, in the remand note, the CBI has exclusively mentioned how the whole matter, the whole investigation was in a way in the very beginning manipulated, and CBI mentions the timeline about how in the very beginning the report of the finding the Abhaya's body was with the hospital at 9:03 a.m. in the morning, but then the call went to the police station at 10:10 a.m. So what happened in that whole time, what was happening inside is a question. Also, the FIR was not lodged by the hospital in the very beginning, and there was an inordinate delay in lodging the FIR. Why was that? Whether that was to manipulate the whole matter is a question that is also what the CBI is looking into. On the other hand, there are points in the remand copy of Abhijit Mondol, the OC of Tala police station. It is mentioned very well that in spite of being the OC, he did not go to the crime spot in the very beginning. He did not secure.
All right, we have some breaking news coming in. We are cutting across to the press conference from the doctors.
The basis of existence of humanity at large. Since the very day of the incident, we, the protesting junior doctors of West Bengal, have witnessed an extreme administrative failure on part of the hospital authorities and the Kolkata police at large. The greater shame lay in the fact that an active process was initiated from the very beginning to tamper all evidences and protect the real culprits. Shuddered by the heinous nature of the crime and feeling terribly insecure inside our hospital premises, we, the junior doctors of West Bengal, withdrew ourselves from emergency and elective services since 9th of August. On the day of the incident, there have been many questions raised against the police and hospital authorities. Why was the incident declared as a case of suicide to parents initially? Why was the crime scene not adequately cordoned off? Why was the entire CCTV footage not handed over to the CBI by the special investigation team? Why was no proper documentation done in the form of challan after the magistrate's inquest? Why was there a hurry to cremate the dead body? Why was the FIR lodged after 14 hours? Why was the bereaved family allegedly offered money by DC North? These are some of the very pertinent questions being raised by the victims' parents and some even in the Honorable Supreme Court. This directly questions the intention of the hospital and police authorities on the day of the incident. Adding to that, a highly suspicious renovation work started in the same department adjacent to the crime scene within 3 days, even in presence of police. The order for which has been signed by the highest officials of the health department. This further highlighted the suspicion of evidence tampering. In suspicion of the involvement of the ex-principal of Arjikar Medical College in the incident, the protesters raised voices for his suspension from services to which the health department did not pay heed. Instead, his plea for resignation was not accepted and he was being appointed as the principal of Calcutta National Medical College within 5 hours, much to the horror of all concerned. In the very early hours of the 15th of August 2024, when all the people of West Bengal were out on the streets at midnight, standing in solidarity with Abhaya, an unruly mob attacked and ransacked the campus of Arjikar Medical College, demolishing the emergency section and attempting to vandalize the crime scene. Through all this, the Kolkata police stood as mute spectators under full media coverage, while the doctors had to vouch for their own protection out of the clutches of these hooligans. In his baffling statement, the State Police Commissioner blamed the media for an unfair representation of the situation and denied all accountability for the attack. We are thankful that our brothers and sisters in arms in all national medical colleges joined hands with us, taking a stand against this gruesome and despicable turn of events. The Honorable Supreme Court took due cognizance of this matter of national urgency and in the due hearings ordered the formation of the National Task Force in a bid to revamp the deplorable state of security in all government hospitals. Central security forces were dispatched in Arjikor Medical College in view of the inefficiency of the state police to ensure protection, and CBI was handed over the reins of an already misled and mistimed investigative process to expedite closure. The junior doctors of West Bengal have waited in bated breath for last 37 days since the crime against Abhaya, out in the streets in rain and heat, in vain, as neither has adequate security measures been reinforced in government hospitals, nor has any report been disclosed by the CBI to us in view of the crime perpetuated on our colleague. Further, many of the names surfacing in the investigative process are reportedly politically backed doctors and common men who have unrestricted access to all medical colleges in West Bengal, and with their acquaintances they have carried on a reign of active terror in all medical colleges of West Bengal. These miscreants have ties with the top tiers of the health administrative system and have been charged with multiple allegations of insinuating unfair house-staffship counseling methods, gross irregularities and malpractices in conduct of examinations in most medical colleges, verbally and physically threatening anyone who stood in the way or did not align with their pervasive policies. It is therefore imperative that this unholy nexus be weeded out to ensure a truly safe atmosphere for us resident doctors to work under. And a mere show of extra design of CCTVs or police personnel does little to allay our sense of deep distrust and insecurity that we feel towards the current system as a whole. The suspension orders of certain of these individuals from their posts were mere eyewashes on part of the authorities without adequate mention of the reason for their suspension. Our protests have increased in intensity with time and have been supported hugely by people from all strata of the society. Numerous rallies, conventions and demonstrations have been organized all over the state and the nation in protest. Not only the doctors community, people from every strata of the society have come forward in the streets, in every district of West Bengal. Virtually, it has transformed into a mass movement. Everybody in Bengal has been shouting in unison in demand of justice. For full understanding of this august gathering, we reiterate our 5-point demands once more. 1. Justice for Abhaya. We know this is not a matter concerning the state government, but we want the concerned authorities, CBI, Supreme Court, to expedite the investigation process and punish the culprits without any delay. 2. Removal of the DME, DHS and Health Secretary as their signatures are present in the order for construction work in the immediate auspices of the crime scene when it should have been completely cordoned off. We also think that they are responsible for this enormous corruption in the healthcare system for which Sandeep Ghosh was also arrested. Recently, CBI has arrested him in relation to the rape and murder case of Abhaya, thus reaffirming this active involvement in the heinous crime. 3. Action against incompetent and complacent police authorities. Removal of Mr. Binit Goel, Commissioner of Kolkata Police, for his administrative failure and evidence tampering, disciplinary action against DC North for his incompetence and offering money to victims' parents, and DC Central for trying to hide the identity of suspected person present inside the crime scene.
All right, Kishtwar is joining us from Republic Bangla. Kishtwar, if you could elaborate on what the doctors are saying now, the points that they have raised.
Well, the doctors were specifically mentioning about the failure of the Kolkata police in order to, while handling the case in the very beginning and in order to dispense justice. How the Kolkata police, including police officials like Kolkata Police Commissioner Vinit Goyal or DC Central Indira Mukherjee or DC North Abhishek Gupta, all of their names, all of their posts were mentioned, and how the whole matter was completely turned into a botched up investigation.
We have the feed, we have the briefing back. We are going back to it. Just stay with us.
In government medical colleges, from rural to district hospitals, is not available anywhere. Neither the general public nor those referring patients have this information. The experience during COVID showed that the administrative will and effective referral system can be established in government healthcare. We demand the implementation of a centrally monitored real-time bed vacancy and occupancy information system in all government hospitals to stop patient harassment and incidents of public outrage against doctors and healthcare workers. Professional counselors must be appointed for interactions between doctors and patients or their families and public dealings. To address sexual harassment and abuse of female workers in hospitals or healthcare settings, a preventive environment against sexual harassment needs to be created among doctors, nurses and healthcare workers. For this purpose, a gender audit must be conducted in all state hospitals, health centers, medical colleges by the government. An internal complaints committee must be formed and properly managed in every hospital and healthcare center according to POSH 2013, 2013 POSH Act. Number 5 main demand, one of the main demands, end threat culture prevalent in all facets of government healthcare facilities. Issue an order to constitute all resident doctors association bodies in every medical college as a legal entity. Conduct student union elections in each college. Order that the college council and patient welfare committee include representatives from the students union and RDA. Take disciplinary action against those in each college who have been accused of making threats. Ensure proper and transparent house staffship counseling and debar stray vacancy backdoor entry. Dissolution of non-elected student units. Numerous attempts have been made to politically exploit our movement but have been successfully defied from our side. Many false narratives and rumors have been spread regarding our movement but could never dampen our spirit. We stand firm, rooted to our cause in finding justice, despite all threats posed at us and our movement. We have gone for 2 rounds of Shastro Bhavan Abhijan and demonstration. We have gone for Lal Bazar Abhijan for giving deputation of resignation to the Commissioner of Police, Kolkata, along with a symbolic spine. Presently, we are sitting in front of Shastro Bhavan for the last 6 days to make the state government fulfill our just demands. We were looking forward to a hopefully fruitful meeting with our Chief Minister to end this deadlock, but 2 such attempts have failed on the ground of transparency. We have also mailed to the Honorable President of India as constitutional head of the country to address the current situation and our 5-point demands. We are patiently waiting for the next Supreme Court hearing on the 17th of September 2024. We appeal to the entire nation to join the protest for the retrieval of humanity. We implore everybody to resonate with our 5-point demands of justice for Abhaya. Together, we hope that we can be united in the face of injustice, cowardice, and malice, and reclaim back the basic tenets of liberty, autonomy, and justice. Thank you.
I would now request Dr. Amit Shah from Arnab Medical College to read the Hindi version of this press release. One thing about her is that she had traveled all the way from Kolkata despite being sick just to raise her voice against this crime.
9 अगस्त को आर्जिकर मेडिकल कॉलेज कोलकाता के अपने ही चेस्ट मेडिसिन विभाग के सेमिनार रूम में ड्यूटी के दौरान एक सेकेंड ईयर की पोस्ट ग्रेजुएट ट्रेनी के साथ हुई बर्बर और अमानवीय बलात्कार और हत्या की घटना ने पूरे देश को झकझोर कर रख दिया है। इस घटना की क्रूरता ने मानवता की जड़ों को हिला दिया है। घटना के दिन से ही हम पश्चिम बंगाल के जूनियर डॉक्टरों ने अस्पताल प्रशासन और कोलकाता पुलिस की अत्यधिक प्रशासनिक विफलता का सामना किया है। इससे भी बड़ी शर्म की बात यह है कि शुरुआत से ही साक्ष्यों के साथ छेड़छाड़ करने और असली अपराधियों को बचाने की प्रक्रिया शुरू की गई। अपने आसपास की प्रकृति से सहमे और अपने ही अस्पताल परिसर में बेहद असुरक्षित महसूस करते हुए हम जूनियर डॉक्टरों ने 9 अगस्त से इमरजेंसी और इलेक्टिव सर्विसेज से खुद को अलग कर लिया है। घटना के दिन पुलिस और अस्पताल अधिकारियों के खिलाफ कई सवाल एसआईटी द्वारा उठाए गए। संपूर्ण सीसीटीवी फुटेज सीबीआई को क्यों नहीं सौंपी गई? मैजिस्ट्रेट की जांच के बाद चालान के रूप में उचित लिखित प्रमाण क्यों नहीं किया गया? शव का अंतिम संस्कार करने की इतनी जल्दी क्यों थी? दर्ज की गई। शोकाकुल परिवार को डीसी नॉर्थ द्वारा कथित तौर पर पैसे की पेशकश क्यों की? ये कुछ बहुत ही प्रासंगिक प्रश्न है जो पीड़िता के माता पिता और कुछ ने माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय घटना अस्पताल और पुलिस अधिकारियों की मंशा पर सीधे सवाल आता है। इस
रेसलिंग से मुझे जुड़ने का मौका मिला था। मैं रेसलिंग फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडिया का पहला ब्रांड एम्बेसडर था 2014-15 में। तो अभी रेसलिंग बहुत फेमस थी, कई कुछ 2-3 साल से, मतलब पिछले साल तो बहुत फेमस रही। ब्रिजभूषण जी का हुआ, फिर जो हमारे जो रेसलर्स हैं, जो युवा रेसलर्स हैं, उनका कुछ हुआ। तो वो रेसलिंग पीछे आ रही थी। तो वो जो हो रहा था ना, वहां पे बैठे थे वो, मैं नहीं कहूंगा कि कौन सही कौन गलत है, मगर वो कुश्ती पीछे जा रही थी।
किस वजह से?
क्योंकि जब आप बैठते हैं कि रेसलिंग पे ऐसे एलिगेशन लगते हैं कि भैया सही पारदर्शिता नहीं हो रही, कोई मोलेस्टेशन का ये हो गया, कोई दूसरा हो गया, तो क्या होता है, वो चीज़ पीछे जाती है। कोई भी विवाद होता है वो चीज़ आगे नहीं आती, वो विवाद से चीज़ हाईलाइट होकर पीछे जाती है। जैसे पहले कुछ मीडिया ने भी रेसलिंग को डिफरेंट लिया। पहले बोलते थे कि भैया 2 पहलवान बुला लाओ, 2 पहलवानों कर लाओ। तो क्या था कि पहलवान का अर्थ पता क्या होता है? पहलवान प्रथम आह्वान माने हर चीज में। जो इंसान शारीरिक रूप से, मानसिक रूप से, अनुशासन रूप से प्रथम होता है वो पहलवान होता है। विद द पर्सन इज फिजिकली मेंटली डिसिप्लिन फर्स्ट, ही और सी इज रेसलर। तो मुझे अनुराग जी से ही मेरी बात हुई, जो हमारे खेल मंत्री थे। बाकी ये सब हुआ, क्या करना चाहिए, ये तो ये वो है। अब मैं चुपचाप सुन रहा था, देख रहा था दोनों साइड, क्योंकि मैंने ब्रिजभूषण जी के साथ काम किया। ही वाज वेरी गुड। मैं क्योंकि कुश्ती के दौरान कुश्ती को बढ़ावा देने के लिए मुझे उससे अच्छा प्रेसिडेंट नहीं लगा अब तक का। अच्छा। मैंने बहुत प्रेसिडेंट देखे हैं, सबका अपना अलग अलग वो था। फिर बाकी ये बच्चे हैं, जैसे बजरंग है, साक्षी है, विनेश है, मेरे सामने आई। मतलब ये इनकी मैंने ग्रोथ देखी है। तो
कॉलेजों के साथी डॉक्टर हमारे साथ खड़े हुए, इन भयानक घटनाओं के खिलाफ एकजुट हुए। माननीय सर्वोच्च न्यायालय ने इस राष्ट्रीय महत्व के मामले को संज्ञान में लिया और सुनवाई के दौरान सभी सरकारी अस्पतालों की सुरक्षा व्यवस्था को पुनः स्थापित करने के लिए एक नेशनल टास्क फोर्स का गठन करने का आदेश दिया। आर्जिकर मेडिकल कॉलेज अस्पताल में केंद्रीय सुरक्षा बल CISF की तैनाती की गई, क्योंकि राज्य पुलिस सुरक्षा सुनिश्चित करने में विफल रही और पहले से ही भटकाए सीबीआई को सौंपा गया। पिछले 47 दिनों से अभया के खिलाफ हुए अपराध के बाद से पश्चिम बंगाल के जूनियर डॉक्टर बारिश और गर्मी में सड़कों पर न्याय का इंतजार कर रहे हैं, क्योंकि न तो सरकारी अस्पतालों में पर्याप्त सुरक्षा उपायों को सुदृढ़ किया गया है, न ही हमारे सहयोगी पर हुए अपराध के संबंध में सीबीआई ने कोई रिपोर्ट प्रदान की है। इसके अलावा जांच प्रक्रिया में सामने आ रहे कई नाम कथित रूप से राजनीतिक समर्थन प्राप्त डॉक्टर और आम लोग हैं, जिन्हें पश्चिम बंगाल के सभी मेडिकल कॉलेजों में बिना किसी प्रतिबंध के प्रवेश प्राप्त है। अपने सहयोगियों के साथ उन्होंने पश्चिम बंगाल के सभी मेडिकल कॉलेजों में सक्रिय आतंक का शासन कायम किया है। इन लोगों का बंगाल के स्वास्थ्य प्रशासनिक प्रणाली के शीर्ष स्तरों के साथ संबंध है और उन पर परीक्षा में कदाचार और अधिकांश मेडिकल कॉलेजों में अनुचित हस्तक्षेप काउंसलिंग पद्धति अपनाने का आरोप है। जो भी उनके खिलाफ खड़ा हुआ है या उनकी व्यापक नीतियों के साथ संरेखित नहीं हुआ, उसे मौखिक और शारीरिक रूप से धमकाया गया। इसलिए यह अत्यावश्यक है कि इस गठजोड़ को खत्म किया जाए और ताकि हम जूनियर डॉक्टर्स के लिए एक स्वच्छ व सुरक्षित वातावरण सुनिश्चित कर सकें।
ರಾಜ್ಯದಲ್ಲಿ ಸಮ್ಮಿಟ್ಗಳ ಇತಿಹಾಸದಲ್ಲೇ ಮತ್ತೊಂದು ಮೈಲುಗಲ್ಲು ಸೃಷ್ಟಿಸೋಕೆ ವೇದಿಕೆ ಸಿದ್ಧವಾಗಿದೆ. ರಿಪಬ್ಲಿಕ್ ಕನ್ನಡ ಮಹಾಸಂಗಮ ಇದು ಕನಸಿನ ಕರ್ನಾಟಕಕ್ಕಾಗಿ ದಿಗ್ಗಜರ ಸಮಾಗಮ ಅತಿ ಶೀಘ್ರದಲ್ಲಿ.
Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
It's 4 p.m. and you're watching Live and Breaking with me, Shavan Sen. Ladies and gentlemen, after getting bail, Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal says that he is going to step down and it is the public which is going to decide whether at all he's going to be the Chief Minister once again. BJP calls it a Nautanki. Let's take you through the details we are tracking at this hour and also the headlines.
Presented by Royal Global University. Northeast can't wait. Pado kuch bano.
CBI remand note reveals clincher details. Sandeep Ghosh downplayed the crime and peddled a suicide theory. Mamata government reaches out to protesting doctors, says arbitrarily that this will be the fifth and the final meet.
duties of the government. As a responsible executive, you have to take disciplinary action against him, and that has not been started yet, as far as we know.
Senior doctors held a press conference today demanding transparency in the RG Corp probe.
अगर तिरंगे से सुशोभित है तो मैं इस भूमि के हमारे पूर्वजों को इसके लिए सत नमन करूं.
In the last leg of campaigning in Jammu and Kashmir, Amit Shah roars in Jammu, slams Congress and NC backing terrorism.
मोदी जी ने धारा 370 जो हटाई वो अब इतिहास का पन्ना हो गई है. भारत के संविधान में धारा 370 के लिए कोई जगह नहीं है.
From Kishtwar, Amit Shah sends a strong message, says Article 370 will never be restored.
So now, since it has been proved that a foreign hand is involved, are you going to take up the matter with the higher authorities?
Definitely this case will be handed over to the NIA, and I have already requested to the ministry, and they will definitely take up.
Republic News break confirmed. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh confirms foreign hand in violence. Trump narrowly escapes yet another assassination attempt in his golf club in Florida. Suspect Ryan Root arrested, an AK-47, 2 backpacks and a GoPro recovered.
Presented by Royal Global University. Northeast can't wait. Pado kuch bano.
In a dramatic turn of events, Arvind Kejriwal on Sunday announced that he is going to step aside within the next 2 days. And he says that it is the people of Delhi which is going to decide the future of Arvind Kejriwal, whether at all he is going to be the Chief Minister once again. Not just him, but his colleague and the former Deputy Chief Minister of Delhi, Manish Sisodia, too made a similar announcement saying that he is not going to sit once again as the Education Minister unless the people of this city basically decide. Now, who possibly could be the replacement? On your screens right now, the front runners. Sunita Kejriwal, remember, shot to limelight after the arrest of Arvind Kejriwal. Several statements that she has made, participated in various India rallies just ahead of the Lok Sabha elections. As far as Atishi is concerned, has always been seen as a close confidant of Manish Sisodia. A reliable person for Arvind Kejriwal could also be the other front runner, and Gopal Rai. He's been a minister in Arvind Kejriwal. It's another front runner coming in the name of Gopal Rai. The front runners. But once again, the BJP has sensed an opportunity by simply stating that perhaps Arvind Kejriwal is nervous because his entire image has been dented following the arrest in fact, thought coming in from Arvind Kejriwal, where it says that people of Delhi will decide whether I'm corrupt or not. And that's the position that was taken by Aam Aadmi Party chief Arvind Kejriwal. Earlier in the day, Aam Aadmi Party minister Saurabh Bhardwaj once again likened Arvind Kejriwal to Lord Ram, saying that it is the people who are going to decide the future of the Aam Aadmi Party government, in fact calling in for early elections.
मोटे तौर पे टाइमलाइन ये है कि कल ये फैसला मुख्यमंत्री जी ने जनता के बीच में रखा है. कल इतवार था, आज ईद की छुट्टी है, लिहाजा कल यानी कि मंगलवार को जो पहला वर्किंग डे आता है उसमें मुख्यमंत्री अपने इस्तीफे को दे देंगे. और इस्तीफा जैसे ही मंजूर होगा उसके बाद विधायक दल की जो है बैठक होगी. विधायक दल अपना एक नेता चुनेंगे. जो नेता चुना जाएगा वो अपना स्टेक टू पावर, जो अपना क्लेम है, वो उपराज्यपाल के माध्यम से राष्ट्रपति को अपना क्लेम देंगे, क्योंकि कोई ऐसी दिक्कत नहीं है, हमारे 60 विधायक हैं, तो जाहिर सी बात है उनको बुलावा आएगा, और जब वो बुलावा आएगा तो फिर वो जो है अपनी शपथ लेंगे। तो इस तरीके का है, और मुझे लगता है कि ज़्यादा दिन नहीं, 1 हफ्ते के अंदर ये सारी की सारी प्रक्रिया हो जानी चाहिए।
So how exactly has the really reacted to this? The Bharatiya Janata Party essentially says that they've lost the high moral ground, and the Congress, India Alliance member, the Congress has dubbed this as Nautanki. In fact, a senior Congress leader, Sandeep Dikshit, says that there is no question of Arvind Kejriwal really resigning, because this he has done it in the past too, and has dubbed this entire thing as a fake narrative that is being built by Arvind Kejriwal. Listen in to what the BJP had to say, and then we'll also play out those reactions coming in from the Congress party too.
Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is a fountainhead of corruption. With all these corruption charges against him, being the kingpin of this liquor scam, he is afraid to go to the people. So, with this resignation drama, he's trying to, in this drama of deceit, I would call it, he's trying to dupe and cheat the people by going to them and trying to win over them in a very surreptitious way.
The Honorable Supreme Court of India had also indicated in their order that he ought to resign on the ground of morality. But if you remember, various courts of this country have found Mr. Kejriwal to be the kingpin of the liquor scam. The bail condition which has been imposed on him by the Honorable Supreme Court of India is very strict, very stringent. It disallows him from functioning as a CM particularly, because it does not allow him to sign any files. It does not allow him to enter the CM's secretariat. ऐसा लगता है जैसे वो अपनी बेल कंडीशन की विवशता पर एक नैतिकता का आवरण डाल रहे हैं और ये राजनीतिक स्वांग रच रहे हैं।
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो उनको जमानत दी है वो कंडीशनल है। फाइलों पे दस्तखत नहीं कर सकते, फाइलों के फैसले नहीं कर सकते। तो अगर वो फाइलों के फैसले नहीं करेंगे, फाइलों पर दस्तखत नहीं करेंगे, तो वो मुख्यमंत्री कैसे रह सकते हैं? फिर तो फाइलों का अंबार लग जाएगा। इसलिए उनकी मजबूरी है कि वो इस्तीफ़ा दें। 2 दिन के लिए शायद वो ये तय नहीं कर पा रहे कि कौन मुख्यमंत्री बने। कहा जाता है कि वो अपनी पत्नी को बनाना चाहते हैं, जिसको भी बनाना चाहते हों, इसीलिए गालिबन वो 2 दिन का टाइम ले रहे हैं, वरना तो उन्हें इस्तीफा दे ही देना चाहिए था।
Let me also bring in my colleague Piyush, who's joining us from outside Chief Minister's residence, where in a short while from now there is a meeting that is expected to begin. Piyush, bring us up to speed as to what's really happening on the ground. When is the meeting that is expected to begin, and who are likely to attend?
So yes, good afternoon to you, Shravan, and good afternoon to all our viewers who are viewing us at the moment. And yes, there is going to be an important meeting that is going to be organized over here at the House, 6 Flagstaff Road, where right now the present Chief Minister of Delhi, Arvind Kejriwal, is residing. And this Political Affairs Committee is going to consist of 11 members. Now, the meeting which is going to be organized at around 5:30 is going to decide upon what is going to be the future course of action tomorrow. There is a possibility that tomorrow the Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is going to be visiting the Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena, and from there on he will be tendering his resignation, and then there is going to be starting a process of who is going to be appointed the next Chief Minister. Now, from the time he has made this dramatic announcement of him resigning as the Chief Minister, there are 2 ways of looking into this announcement. While the Aam Aadmi Party and its Supremo is saying that they are taking a high moral ground of resigning and now making the public take the decision that will they appoint Arvind Kejriwal back as Chief Minister again, the Bharatiya Janata Party and other opposition parties, including the Delhi Congress, is saying that this is all a tactic of an astute politician, because he realizes that his powers are curtailed following him getting the bail, and because he does not have enough powers, it is all this been done in the shrewdness of resigning and then playing a game of a politician. Whatever side it is being taken, you are saying that today there is going to be an important meeting which is going to be organized over here, where there is going to be a process of Arvind Kejriwal resigning as the Delhi Chief Minister, and who's going to be next in line. It is all going to be decided in the meeting which is going to be held in just few hours from here on. Back to the studio.
Well, thank you very much, Piyush, for getting us the latest details. As Piyush now confirming 11 leaders who will be participating in the meeting that is going to take place in a short while from now at the Chief Minister's residence, where there is a possibility that after the meeting that takes place, a name could be announced. Will it be the Chief Minister's wife, Atishi, or Gopal Rai? These are some of the names that are doing the rounds, and whether at all there could be a possible surprise coming in from the Aam Aadmi Party. Shift focus now to Manipur. Over the last few days, with multiple attacks that have taken place, starting with drone attacks and then the rockets that were essentially fired, there was intense speculation that whether at all there has been any foreign hand or not. With the kind of arms and ammunition that have been recovered by the Manipur police, several within the establishment indicated that there is a high possibility that foreign hand could be behind the attacks that have taken place. Now, with the arrest of KNB Kada, Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, in an exclusive interview, this is for the first time that the Chief Minister has spoken on the issue, has now indicated that there has been a foreign hand, and something that he has been saying right from the time that the crisis began. In fact, they say that there is enough proof of arms supply, which the Chief Minister says will be handed over to the National Investigation Agency. He in fact reiterated the involvement of external forces in the ongoing tension in the state. Listen in to what Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh had to tell my colleague Anirudh.
So one KNB cadet has been arrested from very close to the Indo-Myanmar border. How do you react to this?
No, I really appreciate the Assam Rifles who arrested KNB cadres from Myanmar, and also the media report says that this particular KNB personnel cadre was supplying arms and ammunition to the militant operating in the Manipur. So it clearly shows that I, from the very beginning, claiming that the crisis in Manipur is not a mere law and order. It is with the hand of the outsider. So it has proved. I appreciate the Assam Rifles.
So now, since it has been proved that a foreign hand is involved, are you going to take up the matter with the higher authorities?
Definitely this case will be handed over to the NIA, and I have already requested to the ministry, and they will definitely take up.
Well, the BJP-led NDA government has already indicated that they would be implementing the One Nation, One Poll within its current term, and they are confident of securing a cross-party support. Prime Minister Narendra Modi highlighted the initiative in his independence speech, advocating for the simultaneous elections to take place. In fact, the Prime Minister also indicated that this perhaps augurs well for the country. Former President Ramnath Kovind has recommended conducting simultaneous Lok Sabha and State Assembly elections, with the Law Commission potentially proposing synchronized polls for all government levels starting in 2029. Remember, that report was submitted just about a few months ago, indicating that this would also bring down the load on the state exchequer. Let's also listen into some of the reactions that are now coming in.
The Communist Party of India is not in favor of one nation, one election. We have reasons for that. In a country like ours, it is not possible, practical at all. And this issue is not a new issue. This issue was debated, discussed earlier also. After that only, the Constituent Assembly decided to have a permanent election commission. Why we have permanent election commission? And that too, that election commission draws all powers from the very Constitution. Election commission gets mandate from the very Constitution. And election commission has the mandate to conduct free and fair elections. Election Commission has the mandate to provide level playing field to all political parties. So it is a permanent commission. It means India will have more frequent elections. This is number one. Number two, Indian Constitution makes it clear India is union of states. Union of states. State legislative assemblies are there and parliament is there. And Constitution has fixed the tenure of Lok Sabha, tenure of state legislative assemblies. But when the elections are over, a government may lose its confidence on the floor of the House. Government has to resign. Then what happens? Or in a particular state, the Chief Minister, with the advice of Cabinet, can advise dissolution of Assembly. Then what happens? Union government cannot snatch away the powers of the state governments. Union government cannot snatch away the rights of the people. If people do not want a particular government, that particular government loses confidence.
सवाल ये है कि जिस सरकार में कई राज्यों के चुनाव एक साथ नहीं हो पा रहे हैं, 2 राज्यों के चुनाव घोषित होते हैं, 2 राज्यों के चुनाव घोषित नहीं होते हैं। आम आदमी पार्टी के नेता आदरणीय अरविंद केजरीवाल जी वो अपील करते हैं कि फरवरी की जगह नवंबर में चुनाव कर लिए जाए। तो भारतीय जनता पार्टी केवल राजनीतिक नफा नुकसान को देख के चुनाव की बात करती है, वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन की बात करती है, और ये सब मुहावरे हैं भारतीय जनता पार्टी के। समाजवादी पार्टी समझती है कि लोकतंत्र में जनता का जो आवाज़ होती है, जनता के फैसले होते हैं, लेकिन वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन भारतीय जनता पार्टी अगर उसको लेके आएगी तो उसको देखने के बाद, उस ड्राफ्ट को पढ़ने के बाद समाजवादी पार्टी इस पे कोई टिप्पणी करेगी।
मैं सिर्फ इतना कह सकता हूँ, भाजपा जो चारों तरफ से घिर गई है, सरकार महंगाई, बेरोजगारी, जाति जनगणना, देश के सामने बढ़ता हुआ चारों तरफ से एक माहौल, इससे ध्यान हटाने के लिए एक फिजूल की एक्सरसाइज कर रही है। क्या इस सरकार के पास दम और संख्या है कि अगर संविधान संशोधन की जरूरत पड़ी तो उसे पारित करा लेगी? राज्यसभा की संख्या देख लो, लोकसभा की संख्या देख लो।
देखिए, सैद्धांतिक तौर पर वन नेशन वन इलेक्शन को लेकर हमारी प्रतिबद्धता है और इस स्टैंड के साथ हमारी पार्टी है।
Getting in some more breaking news right now, Lieutenant Governor of New Delhi and the Chief Minister in all likelihood would be meeting tomorrow around 4:30 in the evening at the LG Secretariat, and that's a confirmation coming in. We'll try and also bring in our Senior Executive Editor Abhishek Kapoor for the latest. Just a quick recap of what we know so far. This comes at a time when you have Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal, while addressing Aam Aadmi Party workers in the national capital on Sunday, announced that he is going to step down. In fact, he says that people of the national capital would be electing the next chief minister. The Aam Aadmi Party has already indicated that they are in favor of early elections. Remember, national capital is expected to go to polls next year in February, but the Aam Aadmi Party essentially demanding that the elections be called in early. They're also citing the same situation that has come up in the state of Haryana. Earlier in the day, you've had Delhi Minister Saurabh Bhardwaj indicating that if Haryana can actually hold the elections before the term ends, why can't the national capital? Let me also bring in my colleague and our Senior Executive Editor Abhishek Kapoor, who's joining us on this broadcast. Abhishek, a confirmation now coming in that the LG would be meeting the current Chief Minister tomorrow at 4:30 in the evening. Is this also an expectation that perhaps Arvind Kejriwal is going to submit his resignation sometime tomorrow?
Well, you see, that's what we are hearing from our sources in the LG Secretariat also, Shawan, that a time was sought by, or appointment was sought by the Delhi Chief Minister from the Lieutenant Governor's office, and it has been granted for 4:30 p.m. tomorrow. Remember, this is coming in the backdrop of Arvind Kejriwal's announcement that he's going to quit. He made that announcement yesterday. He said it's going to be done in 48 hours, and tomorrow evening would be completion of 48 hours. We also know that the Political Affairs Committee or an equivalent body of the Aam Aadmi Party is all set to meet at 5 p.m. in which deliberation is going to take place on announcement of Kejriwal as to of him resigning, in which case obviously there has to be a successor leader decided upon. And so this 11-member body, or at least we know that 11 members will be present in the meeting, including senior ministers of the Aam Aadmi Party government in Delhi, including Atishi and Saurabh Bharadwaj. Of course, Arvind Kejriwal has already offset the possibility of Manish Sisodia taking on the baton, because he said that he, along with Manish Sisodia, are going to sit out till the time a fresh mandate is taken by the Aam Aadmi Party. So I think if you connect the dots, possibly Arvind Kejriwal has sought the time and is going to meet the LG at 4:30 p.m. tomorrow to officially give his resignation to the Lieutenant Governor of Delhi, V.K. Saxena.
Well, in fact, in terms of the front runners to Abhishek, there is intense speculation whether at all it is going to be the Chief Minister's wife, Sunita Kejriwal, or close confidant of Manish Sisodia, Atishi, or for that matter, even Gopal Rai. Is there anything that you are picking up from the Aam Aadmi Party as to what perhaps would be the strategy ahead, if at all the Election Commission does not agree to call in for early elections?
Names that are there and pictures on the screen, Shawan. So let me explain one by one. The wife of Arvind Kejriwal, Sunita Kejriwal, is shown as number 2 in the star campaigners list since the general elections. So if she was not the Aam Aadmi Party leader, but since general election, she's there right up after Arvind Kejriwal's name in the pecking order in terms of importance. So I think that gives you an idea of how Sunita Kejriwal has gained significance within the Aam Aadmi Party setup, and the kind of visibility she had or she has had over the last 6 months since Arvind Kejriwal was in prison gives us an idea, maybe or fuels this thought that maybe Sunita Kejriwal would be the next Chief Minister, and Arvind Kejriwal perhaps might follow the Lalu Prasad Yadav model. Having said that, Atishi, remember, also is a very important leader of the party. In fact, she holds the maximum number of portfolios in the present government in Delhi. And remember also when Arvind Kejriwal was in prison, and just last month, on 15th August, on the issue of hoisting, or who would hoist the national flag on 15th of August, Arvind Kejriwal had passed on a message that Atishi should be doing that. So that really gives you an idea of the importance of Atishi in the calculus of leadership insofar as Aam Aadmi Party is concerned. Gopal Rai happens to be the senior most once you remove all others.
Breaking news now coming in from Kolkata. Now protesting doctors would be meeting Mamata Banerjee. In fact, this is expected to happen tomorrow. There is already an ultimatum that the Chief Minister has put out saying that this is going to be the final meet. Remember, so far, multiple attempts have actually been made by the protesting doctors to reach out to the Chief Minister. There are several demands that they have made. From 5-point demand, the protesting doctors have made an 8-point demand before the Chief Minister. But one of the biggest bone of contention essentially being the videography of the meeting. In fact, the Chief Minister in the past too has refused, saying that unless a permission is granted by the Supreme Court, she is not going to release the video of the meeting. The protesting doctors, on the other hand, have been saying that they are doing it in the interest of transparency. Let me also go across to my colleague Kishtwar, who is joining us on this broadcast. Kishtwar, it's quite bizarre where the Chief Minister, without even meeting the protesting doctors even once, barring certain ultimatums that she has given, now she has gone a step further. She says that this is the last time that she is going to meet them.
Well, exactly, Shawan. I'll just remind our viewers that whether this meeting will happen tomorrow or today is a question still unanswered, because the mail that the junior doctors have sent to the Chief Secretary, it is very well mentioned there that either there are three options given: either that whole meeting has to be live streamed or videographed, or if that is not possible, then there has to be a minute of the whole meeting that needs to be signed by both the parties, and both the parties will be noting down the minutes of the meeting, and then there will be a signature of both the parties while both of them agree to all the points that have been noted down. So that meeting might happen today itself at 5 p.m. The time was given is today itself, 5 p.m. So whether the Chief Secretary replies back to the students, and if they agree to the points given out by the students, then they will accept the meeting today itself at 5 p.m. and the junior doctors are waiting for that. So the junior doctors sent out this email sending very clearly.
So Kishla, there's some more breaking news now coming in. Kishla, I'm sorry to interrupt, but there's some more breaking news now coming in. This is with regards to the response coming in from the Doctors Association, where they say that there are changing circumstances after the arrest of Dr. Sandeep Ghosh as well as the SHO of Tala Police Station. And there are three aspects that they are making it very clear. Point number one is with regards to the videography, where they are once again indicating that there should be separate photographers as well as videographers from both sides. If at all they do not agree, if the government does not agree, then the protesting doctors are now demanding minutes of the meeting that should be made public immediately after the meeting. And I'm quoting from the letter that has now been accessed by Republic TV. This is what the protesting doctors, Kishla, had to say. Minutes with full transcript of the meeting to be recorded, formulated by both the parties and duly signed by all attendees and handed over at the end of the meeting as stated by the Chief Minister previously. So somewhere down the line, it appears that even the protesting doctors are trying to find a common ground. The Chief Minister, on the other hand, appears to be completely jittery, nervous in the response that she has given so far.
Well, exactly, Shawan, as I was putting out, and as you clearly put those points forward for our viewers, that the junior doctors have given three alternatives. The first alternative, as you rightly pointed out, Shawan, it is the videography of the meeting. If that videography of the meeting by a separate videographer by both parties. Now, they give out option. If not possible from your side, then the second option is the entire video file of the meeting to be handed over to the junior doctors immediately after the meeting. Now, even if that is not accepted or not possible by your side, then minutes with full transcript of the meeting by both the sides. They also mention here that in view of the recent developments, including the arrest of Sandeep Ghosh in the rape and murder case and arrest of Abhijit Mondol, now there is a need of further need of transparency of this meeting, as the points they have demanded earlier, as the points they have raised earlier, Shawan, about Kolkata police being one of the key conspirators. They were always saying that Kolkata police officials were key conspirators in this matter in the very initial phase of the investigation. So after Abhijit Mondol's arrest, some of those points are really coming out as true, what the junior doctors have been always saying. So now they are saying that there is a need of transparency in light of the recent incidents. And we give out three options. Whatever option you can accept, please accept, and now tell us when and where should we come. So the junior doctors are really eager to meet the Chief Minister, and that meeting might happen today, 5 p.m.
Details, in fact, as we are picking up, there's a possibility that the meeting could actually take place tomorrow. This after the senior doctors who were protesting have also held a press conference in the national capital indicating that there are 8 demands that they are now putting forth. The standoff between Mamata Banerjee government and the protesting doctors continue. A bizarre ultimatum now being issued by the Chief Minister. We get you more details on the other side.
character, the taste of success.
In the next couple of minutes, we're going to go down into the tunnel shaft 20 meters below where the hostages were murdered. The tunnel shaft was in a children's room, in a house. Those are the walls of this children's room with Snow White and Mickey Mouse on the wall, and a tunnel shaft where hostages were murdered downstairs, 20 meters below the ground. Hamas used those letters in the tunnel, and there was a hiding floor. All he needed to do is to break the floor and then go out through the children's room, inside to the street, and go back into the tunnel. This is how Hamas built this tunnel.
The shaft goes down about 20 meters into the ground, using 4 separate letters. There, it connects to a narrow tunnel with no rooms that is so low you can't stand up straight in it. The tunnel is about 120 meters long and ends in a blocked iron door. This short blocked part of the tunnel is where the hostages were held and murdered.
We know that between 2 to 6 terrorists were here with the hostages. We are gathering all the stuff here for forensics, for intelligence. We can see magazines, an AK-47 magazine, chargers, all used by the terrorists, Quran books, a hairbrush. We need to check who used it. But there were women here in the tunnel. This is their blood. This is the blood of Hirsch, Eden, Carmel, Ori, Almog, and Alex. They were heroes, and they were here in this tunnel for weeks or days, we will find out. But they were here in this tunnel in horrific conditions.
CBI remand note reveals clincher details. Ghosh downplayed the crimes and peddled a suicide theory. Mamata government reaches out to protesting doctors, says arbitrarily that this will be the 5th and the final meet.
As a responsible executive, you have to take disciplinary action against him, and that has not been started yet, as far as we know.
Senior doctors held a press conference today demanding transparency in RG car probe.
आज जम्मू कश्मीर का एक क्षेत्र अगर तिरंगे से सुशोभित है तो मैं इस भूमि के हमारे पूर्वजों को इसके लिए सत नमन करूं.
With last leg of campaigning in Jammu and Kashmir, Amit Shah roars in Jammu, slams Congress and NC for backing terrorism.
जिन्हें धारा 370 जो हटाई वो अब इतिहास का पन्ना हो गई है. भारत के संविधान में धारा 370 के लिए कोई जगह नहीं है.
From Kishtwar, Amit Shah sends a strong message, says Article 370 will never be restored.
So now, since it has been proved that a foreign hand is involved, are you going to take up the matter with the higher authorities?
Definitely this case will be handed over to the NIA, and I have already requested to the ministry, and they will definitely take up.
Public news break is confirmed. Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh confirms foreign hand in violence.
Presented by Royal Global University. Northeast can't wait. Pado kuch bano.
And breaking news coming in. Actor Kadambari Jetwani harassment case. The Andhra Pradesh government has suspended 3 senior IPS officers for alleged involvement. And the breaking news that's coming in is that there have been 3 IPS officers who've been suspended in the actor Kadambari Jetwani harassment case. 3 IPS officers have been suspended by the Andhra government for harassing her. The Andhra Pradesh government suspended them following an inquiry into allegations that were made by the Mumbai-based actress Kadambari Jetwani. These suspensions come after she allegedly accused them of harassment, allegedly instigated by a film producer and political leader apparently. The controversy centers around accusations that Jetwani and her family were unlawfully arrested and harassed. Former intelligence chief and others were suspended after an inquiry revealed their role in the harassment. According, model actress Kadambari Jetwani, 28, studied at elite schools in Ahmedabad and moving to Mumbai for her job. She also starred in Kannada, Telugu, Malayalam and Punjabi films. The officers who had been suspended were accused of misusing his position and giving verbal orders for Jetwani's arrest before a formal crime had even been recorded. I want to go across to Aneri to get a sense of what's happened. Aneri, these are very serious charges, but because it seems that the police was complicit in harassing the actor.
Well, that's right. What we have been seeing is that now that the Andhra Pradesh government is the TDP-led NDA government in the state, we see that the actor few days back had come out and filed a complaint against some of the officers and also one of the industrialist's son, Jindal industrialist's son, who had apparently, they had decided to get married, but then that is what the sources have told us, that then the family members of the industrialist refused to marry, and that is why we see that this particular complaint now has come out by Jetwani, who has filed a complaint with the Andhra Pradesh police now after the change in government. Now after the investigation which has been taken up, of which 3 officers have been suspended and further investigation has also been taken up. Well, there are allegations that she was harassed. She was brought from Mumbai to Vijayawada. She was kept in a room. They were harassing her to take back the case which she had filed in Mumbai back then, and that is the reason why we see the involvement of YSRCP leader as well back then, because YSRCP was in power and they had brought Jetwani and her family members to Vijayawada. They had harassed there, which involves the police officers as well, and now the investigation has been taken up into this matter, and police officials, 3 officers have been suspended into this case, and further investigation has also been taken up. Jetwani had arrived a few days back for questioning in Vijayawada. She was questioned. She had met the DGP of Andhra Pradesh as well, and further investigation was also taken up into this matter.
All right. Thank you, Aneri, for giving us those details. These are very serious charges. They need to be closely looked at, because if the police starts indulging in this and it's an actor involved, it makes and gives very serious implications. Thank you for those details. All right, we're getting visuals that are coming in from Republic Banga, our sister channel, and what we're getting is visuals in Kolkata this time, viewers, where protests are underway in Kolkata. Doctors earlier, remember, continuing the protest against the RG car rape murder incident. Protesting doctors offered a final chance for talks with Mamata Banerjee. These are visuals of protest. Let me go across to Kishlay. Kishlay, give us more details.
Well, I'm breaking this news right now. The government has accepted the 3rd clause by the junior doctors. The doctors had given 3 clauses for meeting. Alternatively, first one was videography, second one was videography but giving out the videography later on, and third was to point down minutes of the meeting, and both of the parties will sign in that minutes. Now the government has accepted that last clause. Therefore, the chief secretary has mailed back to the junior doctors saying that the meeting will happen. So the meeting is going to happen in half an hour or so in a while at the chief minister's residence. It's a big breaking. The government accepts the third clause of the junior doctors, and we see that the junior doctors are clapping and also erupting in joy because the government had to accept their third demand. The doctors had given three alternative options for the meeting. First one was to videograph the meeting and give the videography immediately. Second one was to videograph the meeting but later to give the video file later on. And the third one was to note minutes of the meeting where both representatives of both the parties will be present and both of them will be signing in the minutes, which will be recorded. The whole meeting has to be recorded in minutes on a piece of paper, and both the sides will be now signing those minutes, which will be written by both the sides. So it's a big breaking right now. So today that meeting most probably will happen in a while, and that meeting might just happen at 5 or 5:30 p.m. at the Chief Minister's residence. A big breaking right now, and we see that right now the doctors erupt in celebration as they see that the government finally had to accept their demand, and the government had to accept one of their clauses out of the three alternatives that they had to give. Pragya.
But Kishlai, I also want to get a sense, because the West Bengal Junior Doctors Front had also been leading the protests against the rape and murder of their colleague at the state-run KG RG Kar Medical College and Hospital. The doctors' agitation. All right, so the breaking news that's coming in that Kishlai has just given. Mamata Banerjee agrees to the doctors' demand on minutes of the meet. Around 5:30, that meeting could be possible. I want to go across once again to Kishlai, who's giving us that breaking news. Kishlai, give us more details.
Well, Rhythm, exactly Rhythm. I have this breaking news right now, and this is for our viewers. The doctor had given this particular clause where they said that the entire the minutes with full transcript of the meeting to be recorded and formulated by both the parties, the doctor and the government, and both of them will bring their own minutes and transcript takers for the meeting, and duly signed by all attendees and handed over at the end of the meeting as stated by the Honorable Chief Minister. That is now accepted by the government. The meeting will happen at Kalighat, the Chief Minister's residence. The time was given at 5 p.m. but we see that right now the reply came, so that meeting might just go behind schedule for a while. So that meeting might happen at 6 or something. We are waiting for the doctors to leave for the meeting. So initially there was a letter that came from the Chief Secretary saying that the doctors are invited again for the 5th and last time. So it was mentioned in the letter that this is the last time that the doctors are being called for a meeting. And then the doctors replied that they will be going for a meeting if any of the three clauses that they gave out would be accepted. The first clause was videography of the meeting by videographer of both sides. If not possible, the second clause was entire video file of the meeting to be handed over to the junior doctors immediately. And third clause, if not possible, the first two clauses, if they are not possible, then the third clause was this minutes of the meeting to be handed over. And both the sides will have their representatives noting down the minutes, and both the sides will be signing each other's copy. So that is the clause that the government accepts. Mamata Banerjee had to accept. The third clause by the doctors erupt in a kind of celebration because finally the government had to accept what they have, whatever condition were given to them, and now the doctors will be heading Rhythm to the location where they are called for. The meeting will happen at Kalighat, Chief Minister's residence. The meeting was supposed to happen at 5, but right now they are running behind schedule because they had to send this email and get back the reply back and forth. Email had to come and go, and therefore the whole timing of the meeting is now pushed back a little bit. We have to wait for that. The doctors will start for that meeting in a while. Rhythm.
All right, those are clear details that are coming in as we are speaking right now. I want to thank Kishlai for those details. And I also want to now, Kishlai, all eyes are going to be on that final countdown meeting that's going to be there. The other top focus is now going to be Arvind Kejriwal, who's going to now say, and resignation deadline has started approaching. The key Aam Aadmi Party leaders are going to be gathering at his residence. Raghav Chadda, following Manish Sisodia, has also arrived at Kejriwal's crucial residence at a crucial PAC meeting that's scheduled for this evening. And let me also tell you what's expected. Big question is Manish Sisodia is to meet Arvind Kejriwal. Who's going to be succeeding Arvind Kejriwal? The possible successors are Sunita Kejriwal, his wife, Atishi, the Aam Aadmi Party minister, Gopal Rai, the Aam Aadmi Party minister. All of them who could possibly be succeeding till those allegations are over. And some deadlock is come out of the Aam Aadmi Party is in a huddle as to who will be succeeding Arvind Kejriwal as the Delhi Chief Minister. And also getting in a reaction from Aam Aadmi Party Minister Saurabh Bhardwaj, who informed that tomorrow a party meeting will be held where all MLAs in the top bus will decide on the CM face. Listen in.
मोटे तौर पे टाइमलाइन ये है कि कल ये फैसला मुख्यमंत्री जी ने जनता के बीच में रखा है। कल इतवार था, आज ईद की छुट्टी है, लिहाजा कल यानी कि मंगलवार को जो पहला वर्किंग डे आता है उसमें मुख्यमंत्री अपने इस्तीफे को दे देंगे और इस्तीफा जैसे ही मंजूर होगा उसके बाद विधायक दल की जो है बैठक होगी। विधायक दल अपना एक नेता चुनेंगे। जो नेता चुना जाएगा वो अपना स्टेक टू पावर, जो अपना क्लेम है, वो उपराज्यपाल के माध्यम से राष्ट्रपति को अपना क्लेम देंगे। क्योंकि कोई ऐसी दिक्कत नहीं है, हमारे 60 विधायक हैं, तो जाहिर सी बात है उनको बुलावा आएगा और जब वो बुलावा आएगा तो फिर वो जो है अपनी शपथ लेंगे। तो इस तरीके का है और मुझे लगता है कि ज़्यादा दिन नहीं, एक हफ्ते के अंदर ये सारी की सारी प्रक्रिया हो जानी चाहिए।
And track the latest political reactions on the story as speculation is rife over the next Chief Minister phase that's continuing to grow.
Mr. Arvind Kejriwal is a fountainhead of corruption. With all these corruption charges against him being the kingpin of this liquor scam, he is afraid to go to the people. So, with this resignation drama, he's trying to, in this drama of deceit, I would call it, he's trying to dupe and cheat the people by going to them and trying to win over them in a very surreptitious way.
The Honorable Supreme Court of India had also indicated in their order that he ought to resign on the ground of morality. But if you remember, various courts of this country have found Mr. Kejriwal to be the kingpin of the liquor scam. The bail condition which has been imposed on him by the Honorable Supreme Court of India is very strict, very stringent. It disallows him from functioning as a CM particularly because it does not allow him to sign any files. It does not allow him to enter the CM secretariat. ऐसा लगता है जैसे वो अपनी बेल कंडीशन की विवशता पर एक नैतिकता का आवरण डाल रहे हैं और ये राजनीतिक स्वांग रच रहे हैं।
सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने जो उनको जमानत दी है वो कंडीशनल है। फाइलों पे दस्तखत नहीं कर सकते, फाइलों के फैसले नहीं कर सकते। तो अगर वो फाइलों के फैसले नहीं करेंगे, फाइलों पर दस्तखत नहीं करेंगे तो वो मुख्यमंत्री कैसे रह सकते हैं? फिर तो फाइलों का अंबार लग जाएगा। इसलिए उनकी मजबूरी है कि वो इस्तीफा दें। 2 दिन के लिए शायद वो ये तय नहीं कर पा रहे कि कौन मुख्यमंत्री बने। कहा जाता है कि वो अपनी पत्नी को बनाना चाहते हैं, जिसको भी बनाना चाहते हों, इसीलिए गालिबन वो 2 दिन का टाइम ले रहे हैं, वरना तो उन्हें इस्तीफा दे ही देना चाहिए था।
The other top focus, viewers, Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh, in an exclusive conversation with Republic, has confirmed the arrest of KNAB cadre with proof of arms supply. It will be handed over to the NIA. He's also reiterated the involvement of external forces in the ongoing tensions in the state.
So one KNAB cadet has been arrested from very close to the Indo-Myanmar border. How do you react to this?
No, I really appreciate some rifles who arrested KNAB cadres from Myanmar, and also the media report says that this particular KNAB personnel cadre was supplying arms and ammunition to the militants operating in the Manipur. So it clearly shows that I, from the very beginning, claiming that the crisis in Manipur is not a mere law and order. It is with the hand of the outsider. So it has proved. I appreciate the Assam Rifles.
So now, since it has been proved that a foreign hand is involved, are you going to take up the matter with the higher authorities?
Definitely, this case will be handed over to the NIA, and I have already requested to the ministry, and they will definitely take up.
Some news in brief now. Prime Minister Narendra Modi inaugurated the 4th Global Renewable Energy Investment Meet and Expo 2024 at Mahatma Mandir. The event aims to boost global investment in renewable energy, showcasing India's commitment to green energy development.
तो 40 करोड़ भारतीय भारत को तेजी से टॉप 3 इकोनॉमीज में पहुंचाने का संकल्प लेकर काम कर रहे हैं। इसलिए आज का ये इवेंट आइसोलेटेड इवेंट नहीं है, एक बड़े विजन, एक बड़े मिशन का हिस्सा है। ये 2047 तक भारत को डेवलप्ड नेशन बनाने के हमारे एक्शन प्लान का हिस्सा है।
Madhya Pradesh Chief Minister Mohan Yadav met with Rajasthan Chief Minister Bhajan Lal Sharma in Gandhinagar. Yadav is in the city to attend the 4th Global Renewable Energy Investors Meet and Expo, underscoring efforts to boost collaboration on renewable energy initiatives.
गुजरात मॉडल है एक तरह से विकास के सभी क्षेत्रों में, खास करके ऊर्जा के क्षेत्र में। और ऊर्जा में भी अब नवकरणीय ऊर्जा को जिस प्रकार से माननीय प्रधानमंत्री जी देश में एक अभियान की तरह, एक आंदोलन की तरह ले रहे हैं, उसी का आज एक पार्ट हमारे यहाँ गुजरात में आज एक दिन का पूरा कार्यक्रम है, जिस कार्यक्रम में नवकरणीय ऊर्जा के अलग अलग प्रयोग, जिसके माध्यम से कार्बन उत्सर्जन कम करना, सूर्य आधारित अलग अलग प्रकार की व्यवस्थाओं पे, सोलर एनर्जी, विंड एनर्जी, हाइड्रल पावर, इन सब सेक्टर में जो प्रोत्साहन देने का माननीय मोदी जी का प्रयास है।
Union Minister Prahlad Joshi praised Prime Minister Modi's vision for renewable energy, highlighting India's not only the 5th largest but also the world's fastest growing economy under his leadership.
The visionary leader who has propelled India to a leading position in global renewable energy sector, whose leadership has been pivotal in achieving India's renewable energy goals, is Prime Minister Shri Narendra Modi ji.
A BJP fact-finding committee consisting of former ministers Ashwath Narayan, Bairathe Baswaraj, Narayan Gowda and retired officers are visiting Nagamangal to investigate communal riots. The committee is gathering in detailed information on the incident. The RAF has been deployed in Mangaluru after workers from the Vishwa Hindu Parishad at Bajrang Dal staged a protest. The demonstration was sparked by a controversial social media post leading to heightened security in the area. Saurabh Bhardwaj stated Arvind Kejriwal has resigned on the grounds of morality, comparing his decision to Lord Ram. Bhardwaj emphasized Kejriwal's steps mirrors the value of sacrifice and integrity similar to those embodied by Lord Ram.
अरविंद केजरीवाल अकेले लड़के उससे बाहर आए हैं और उन्होंने इनके सारे षड्यंत्र कल फेल कर दिए जब उन्होंने कहा कि मैं जनता की अदालत में जाऊंगा, जनता के सामने अग्नि परीक्षा दूंगा। अगर जनता कहेगी कि हमारा मुख्यमंत्री ईमानदार है तो मैं इस कुर्सी पे बैठूंगा, वरना नहीं बैठूंगा।
Junior doctors in Kolkata continued their protest for the 6th consecutive night at Swasthya Bhavan in the Salt Lake area. Their demand remains unmet as tensions between the doctors and the state government persist with no signs of resolution. Doctors have staged a protest by forming a human chain. The demonstration was held to condemn the recent rape and murder incident at Kolkata's RG Kar Medical College, expressing their solidarity and demand for justice. Our top focus is going to be on that crucial meeting that Mamata Banerjee has with the doctors. All eyes on that. Stay tuned to Republic TV as we continue with the top stories of the day.
Republic has cracked open the cover-up angle in the Abhaya rape and murder investigation. The CBI remand note accessed exclusively by Republic exposes that Sandeep Ghosh tried to downplay the crime and also peddled the suicide theory. More on that in this story and some more stories from across the country on Across the Republic at 6 p.m. with me, Pragya Bakshi Sharma.
This is Republic Kuchina Studio, your one-stop destination for all the breaking news updates. I am Shivangi Shukla. Let's get started.
सर, आपको बचपन में रूमेटॉइड आर्थराइटिस हुआ, ये ऐसी कंडीशन होती है जहाँ पर किसी का चलना उठना बहुत दिक्कत की बात होती है। वहाँ से आप स्पोर्ट्स में जाते हैं, रेसलिंग में जाते हैं और आज आप फिट इंडिया एम्बेसडर बन जाते हैं। ये ज़रा हमें बताएं कि ये कैसा रहा जर्नी।
देखिए क्या है कि मोस्टली मैं एक बहुत हम्बल फैमिली से आया हूँ। मेरा जन्म हुआ हरियाणा में, एक छोटा सा गांव पड़ता हमारा मदीना, अब थोड़ा बड़ा हो गया गांव। तो जब मैं पैदा हुआ तो आम बच्चों की तुलना में थोड़ा कमज़ोर था। फिर जब मैं 3-3.5 साल का हुआ तो मुझे पैरों में दर्द स्टार्ट हो गया। फिर ये धीरे धीरे दर्द यहाँ तक आया, घुटनों तक आया, घुटनों से फिर वो आगे आया। तो फिर धीरे धीरे एक टाइम ऐसा आ गया था कि मैं अपने हाथ से अपना मुंह धो सकता था। फिर खाना कम हो गया, फिर स्टोव पे आ गया, फिर घर वालों ने यहाँ दिखाया, वहाँ दिखाया, इधर उधर। तो क्या था कि फिर वो जर्नी ऐसी थी कि डॉक्टर ये बोलते हैं कि ये बीमारी 99.9% क्योरेबल नहीं है, रूमेटिक आर्थराइटिस। मैं कहता हूँ कि बीमारी 200% क्योरेबल है। कोई ऐसी बीमारी है ही नहीं कि जो क्योरेबल नहीं है, या कोई ऐसी बीमारी है ही नहीं कि जो क्योरेबल नहीं है, ठीक नहीं हो सकती। बाकी वो हमारे माइंड के ऊपर है कि हमारे रूटीन के ऊपर है। जैसे कैंसर है, शुगर है, बीपी है, टीबी है, आर्थराइटिस है, जॉइंटिस है, ये बीमारी नहीं होती, लाइफस्टाइल डिजीज होती है। जब हम उल्लू बनते हैं तो बीमारी ऊपर आ जाती है। उल्लू का मतलब पता है क्या होता है? रात भर जागना। फिर जब हम ठीक ठाक होते हैं तो चली जाती हैं। और आजकल के जो बच्चे हैं वो उल्लू ही हैं। वो कहेंगे कि जो नए बच्चे हैं, आई एम पार्टी एनिमल। फिर वो पार्टी एनिमल 40 के बाद चलते फिरते फिर केमिस्ट बन जाते हैं। 4 बजे खानी है, 7 बजे खानी है, 8 बजे खानी है। तो फिर मेरी माँ ने हार नहीं मानी, जहाँ से वो दिन में मुझे 12-13 बार मसाज करती थी, कभी तिल के तेल से, कभी मस्टर्ड ऑयल से, कभी देसी घी से, कभी आयुर्वेदिक ऑयल से। और डॉक्टर कहते कि इस बीमारी मसाज नहीं करना चाहिए, तो फिर वो उस हिसाब से नेचुरोपैथी से।
From Asia's largest news headquarters, setting the agenda for Bharat. You're watching Republic.
Presented by Royal Global University. Northeast can't wait. Pado kuch bano.
CBI remand note reveals clincher details. Ghosh downplayed the crime and peddled a suicide theory. Mamata government reaches out to protesting doctors, says arbitrarily that this will be the fifth and the final meet.
Of the government, as a responsible executive, you have to take disciplinary action against him, and that has not been started yet, as far as we know.
Senior doctors held a press conference today demanding transparency in the Arjikar probe.
जम्मू कश्मीर का एक क्षेत्र अगर तिरंगे से सुशोभित है, तो मैं इस भूमि के हमारे पूर्वजों को इसके लिए सत नमन करूं।
On the last day of campaigning for the first phase of polls in Jammu and Kashmir, Amit Shah roars in Jammu, slams Congress and NC for backing terrorism.
मोदी जी ने धारा 370 जो हटाई, वो अब इतिहास का पन्ना हो गई है। भारत के संविधान में धारा 370 के लिए कोई जगह नहीं है।
From Kishtwar, Amit Shah sends a strong message, says Article 370 will never be restored.
From the very beginning, claiming that the crisis in Manipur is not a mere law and order, it is with the hand of the outsider. So it has proved. I appreciate the Assam Rifles.
Republic News Break confirmed Manipur Chief Minister N. Biren Singh tells us foreign hand in violence is true.
Presented by Royal Global University. Northeast can't wait. Pado kuch bano.
All right, welcome friends. Let's begin the 5 p.m. live in breaking with some live reporting, in fact, from the ground. And let's cut straight to the venue where Arvind Kejriwal is closeted with top leadership of the Aam Aadmi Party to deliberate upon his announcement, which he made yesterday, that over the next 48 hours he would be quitting. Remember, 24 hours already done, and this very crucial meeting of what is called the Political Affairs Committee of the Aam Aadmi Party is taking place. It was supposed to take place at 5 p.m. and I'm told Riyanka is going to join us live, and Piyush, in fact, is joining us live. Piyush, if you are getting me, can you share with us whether this meeting, which was to start at 5 p.m. has started? Where exactly is it taking place? Is it taking place at the Aam Aadmi Party office? Is it taking place at the residence of one of the leaders? Because remember, Arvind Kejriwal has a lot of conditions insofar as his bail by the Supreme Court is concerned. And is this meeting going to deliberate on the next Chief Minister after Arvind Kejriwal tenders his resignation? I believe these are pictures of the venue where the meeting is to take place, leaders arriving. Piyush, if you are getting me, please tell us what's happening there.
Yes, good evening to you, Abhishek, and good evening to all our viewers who are viewing us at the moment. And right now, you can just see that action is over here at the 6 Flagstaff Road, where a group of ministers that constitute the Political Affairs Committee of Aam Aadmi Party are arriving. So far, Kailash Gehlot, Atishi, Raghav Chadha and ND Gupta have arrived, and there are some more ministers who are going to be arriving. Now, as you rightly mentioned, that this meeting is very crucial because over here it is going to be decided that what exactly the next course of action of Delhi Chief Minister presently is going to be. Now, tomorrow is also going to be a crucial day because tomorrow at around 4:30 p.m. Delhi Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal is going to be meeting the Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena, and from there he is going to be tendering his resignation. But more importantly, this meeting which is going to be held at 6 Flagstaff Road, the images of which are being shown to you by my video journalist Vijay Parvez, is important because today, at least to the group of ministers who are going to be attending this meeting, it is going to be communicated that who is going to be the next Chief Minister of Delhi. And will Arvind Kejriwal give the reins to either his wife, Sunita Kejriwal? Will Arvind Kejriwal give the reins of Chief Minister to Atishi, another prominent minister, Kailash Gehlot or Gopal Rai? Now, there are several speculations that are making the names, but who is going to be the next Chief Minister is going to be first decided in the meeting that is going to be held over here in few minutes from here on. And tomorrow, most probably, is going to be told to us after the Delhi Chief Minister is going to tender his resignation to the Lieutenant Governor V.K. Saxena. Back to the studio.
Piyush, if you can also tell us who all have already arrived at this venue from where you are reporting, the residence of Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal.
So, Abhishek, there are a group of 11 ministers or 11 members of Political Affairs Committee. So far, there have been 4 members who have come. The prominent being Kailash Gehlot, who is the present Transport Minister of of the Delhi government, Atishi, the Education Minister, ND Gupta, the Rajya Sabha Member of Parliament, and Raghav Chadha. So these 4 members of Aam Aadmi Party have already arrived. We expect that some more members are going to arrive before this crucial meeting of the Political Affairs Committee of Aam Aadmi Party is going to start. Back to the studio.
Piyush, let's continue the conversation. You mentioned about the possibility of the likes of Kailash Gehlot and Atishi and Gopal Rai, among others, to be considered. What are the chances that Chief Minister Arvind Kejriwal's wife Sunita could also be considered for the job once Arvind Kejriwal resigns?
Well, when you are covering Arvind Kejriwal, the Delhi Chief Minister, it is very difficult to read his mind, and this only shows the kind of astute politician which he already is. And thereby, it is very difficult to comprehend that of the 3 names that have already been announced by you, perhaps there may be another trick which may be there from the sleeve of Arvind Kejriwal, who may or may not announce the name of Sunita Kejriwal as his next successor. Now, the name of Sunita Kejriwal is definitely making rounds because it is important to note over here, Abhishek, that when Arvind Kejriwal was in jail for 6 months, it was Sunita Kejriwal who was taking the charge and who was leading the party. In fact, it was she who till just some time back was also leading the charge in Haryana Assembly Polls, a state where Aam Aadmi Party is contesting all 90 seats. So you rightly mentioned that while the 3 names namely Atishi, Gopal Rai and Kailash Gehlot are making the rounds, it may be a possibility that perhaps there may be a big surprise and Sunita Kejriwal
যদি ফলপ্রসূ না হয় তাহলে গোটা বাংলার মানুষের সঙ্গে কথা বলে তারা সিদ্ধান্ত নেবেন। কি বলছে? কি বলছে?
So right now, live visuals from the protesting spot of doctors at Shastro Bhavan, and the doctors are protesting, and also some of them will be visiting the Chief Minister in a while at 5 p.m. The meeting was scheduled, the meeting was delayed, and now the doctors are getting ready. Many of them are getting ready. That's Shontu, full frame, reporting from the spot of the doctors' protest. I'll try to translate what he's saying. So that's what he's saying, that right now the doctors are waiting till they can visit, till they are preparing to visit the Chief Minister, and in a while they will be starting for the Chief Minister's residence. We know a while back the Chief Minister, the Chief Secretary sent them a letter accepting their third clause that the minutes of whole meeting with the Chief Minister will be recorded by both the parties, and that clause has been accepted by the government, and the Chief Minister is waiting, as we are getting to know from our sources. The Chief Minister is waiting to meet the doctors. On the other hand, the doctors are preparing their final draft of the demands that they will be carrying with them, and that very important and crucial meeting will happen in a while, and it's important because it might be the meeting that will solve the standlock or the stalemate that's happening for 35 days now. Junior doctors are protesting on the streets, cease of work. So that is what is happening, Abhishek, and big breaking is that finally the meeting might just happen today, and we are also showing visuals from the spot where the meeting will happen at Kalighat. So at one hand, the visuals from Kalighat, where security arrangement has been increased, security arrangements have been made in front of the Chief Minister's house. On the other hand, the doctors at Shastro Bhavan are still now protesting, raising slogans. Some of their representatives will be visiting the Chief Minister in a while. They'll be starting in a bus. We saw last time the whole meeting was cancelled in a way because the doctors' demands were not accepted. Later on, even though the doctors accepted many of the demands, many of the clauses by the government, still then they were in a way insulted according to the doctors and driven out of the Chief Minister's house. Now again they will be visiting the same location, and there is a hope that the stalemate might just be solved, and after that the junior doctors might just join back their duties at several hospitals from where they have come in. So that is a very important update or very important sequence of events that we are looking at, Abhishek.
Vishal, since you mentioned the backdrop of the last meeting, what are the chances that this time there won't be discord? For example, has an understanding been reached about the live broadcast of the meeting, the number of people, doctors who would be part of the delegation, etc., so that there is no breakdown of talks this time?
Well, very importantly, I'll remind our viewers that the Chief Secretary sent out a letter, and he very specifically reminded the doctors that today is the last day, and after this they won't be given another chance. Also, he mentioned that there will be no live streaming or video recording per se. The doctors accepted those demands. They replied in a way, they replied and gave three alternative options, saying first of all the video recording should happen. If that is not accepted, if that is not possible, then a copy of the video recording done by the government should be sent to them, and even if that is not possible, then a representative from both the sides should record minutes of the whole meeting, and that should be signed by both parties. Now, while the third clause is accepted by the government, now the doctors are preparing to leave for the meeting site, which is at the Chief Minister's residence. But we never know, because the last time also we saw at the last minute the doctors accepted the clauses of the government, but suddenly the Chief Minister and the State Minister of Health, Chandrima Bhattacharya, told them that it's time is over now, you leave or we have to just push you out. That's what the doctors said. So we never know what's going to happen at the end, but hopefully today the meeting might just happen, and very important crucial developments might just happen, which would probably solve the stalemate or the standlock between the doctors and the government today.
Right. Thank you so much, Kishore, with those updates, and we'll of course keep coming back to you once the crucial talks begin. So far as the Mamata government is concerned, this is the last chance the doctors have. That's what the Chief Secretary has communicated. Hopefully, the deadlock would be breached. We, of course, are going to keep close track of those developments there. Moving on to some other stories from across the country in Bharat in 2 minutes. In Bengaluru, Vishwa Hindu Parishad and Bajrang Dal members protested due to a social media post prompting police deployment. Karnataka Minister and Congress leader MC Sudhakar commented that Bengaluru frequently experiences communal tensions, attributing political activity to these issues. He noted that controlling every individual is challenging and that miscreants from any religion can contribute to such problems. West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee has called for a meeting with junior doctors at a residence today. The doctors have requested that the meeting be live streamed to maintain public transparency. The doctors assert that their demands are justified and have not yielded to the government pressure. They are open to compromise, but insist their concerns must be addressed for the meeting to be productive.
You say that they know this is the final time they're calling you. Let's see what they do. Nothing, because our demands are very justified, and if they want to scare us, we'll not be afraid of their taunts. We saw yesterday that they have gone to the chief minister and they basically pleaded her, but they kept their spine straight. I don't think we'll bend down again. Let's see. It will be a subject to discussion amongst everyone.
Ahead of PM Modi's visit to Jammu and Kashmir, IGP V.K. Birdi stated that extensive security measures have been implemented, including multi-tier arrangements and traffic advisories. The J&K police are on high alert to prevent any disturbances and ensure peace during the visit.
देखिए, इलेक्शन के दौरान ऐसे वीवीआईपी विजिट्स बिल्कुल आते रहते हैं और जम्मू कश्मीर पुलिस ने उससे संबंधित जितने भी जो स्टैंडिंग ऑपरेटिंग प्रोसीजर है, जो अपने जो गाइडलाइंस के हिसाब से है, मल्टी टीयर जो उसकी सिक्योरिटी का पूरा इंतजाम किया गया है.
National Conference Vice President Omar Abdullah expressed hope that a significant number of votes will go to the National Conference candidates in the upcoming elections, expecting their success in the region. All right, the India-US military alliance is getting stronger by the day, going by the number of joint military exercises that the two nations hold. There is one ongoing, which is called Yuddhabhyas 2024. Have a look at what's really happening at the front there between India and the United States armies.
Mighty soldiers at work. High technology military equipment. Relentless drills. Exercise Yuddhabhyas 2024 is currently underway. Troops of the Indian Army and US military are training together to bolster interoperability and enhance synergy between forces of both nations in the 20th edition of the joint military exercise. This grand military exercise has kicked off with the utmost grandeur at the foreign training node Mahajan Field Firing Ranges in Rajasthan. India-US defense ties seem stronger than ever. Notably, India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh also paid a visit to the United States last month.
All right, moving on. Today is the last day of campaigning for the first phase of elections in Jammu and Kashmir. Remember, this is the first election after the abrogation of Article 370 and 35A. The first election after the state was changed to a union territory. The first election only focused on Jammu and Kashmir, with Ladakh having been removed from the erstwhile state. The campaign attained a feverish pitch. Let's look at some of those colors from the ground.
Farooq Saab, till yesterday, Jamaat-e-Islami would call elections haram. And today, all of a sudden, it is becoming halal. They are the ones who have been supporting the separatists or calling boycott elections. Now they are all as an independent saying they want to restore the ban or they want to release the political prisoners. How do you see the move?
It is all at the behest of the political party ruling in Delhi. They are feeding them, they are funding them, they are giving them all the support that they needed. They are part of them.
Do you see now that the parties like Apni Party or for the matter that AIP led by Engineer Rashid, they are welcoming on the one side Jamaat, then the separatist elements like Sarta, this Barkati. Why was this a need now coming on the floor to have these elements on ground? Till yesterday they were boycotted.
Because their interest is to divide Muslim vote here. And inshallah they will fail in it. Because people know who is behind them and what is the idea of those who are behind them.
National Conference and Congress in alliance trying to, as per the manifesto, trying to secure and save the people of Jammu and Kashmir, when the BJP in turn says they are there to spread more terrorism.
I think BJP should see we were never part of terrorism. Terrorism came from across the border. They are the ones who killed our people. My own party workers, the smallest party worker, was shot dead because he was National Conference. That man they took to Kandahar, one shouldn't forget, he shot my first cousin. He shot our MLA, Shafi Saab. He shot, and one of the incidents one should never forget, when he put a boy on the bridge and put bombs on him, and from the other side, he pressed a button. That boy was blown up to create fright. He's the one they took to Kandahar. They should apply for, answer the country for that. They are the ones who are promoting terrorism and frightening people. That terrorism, they are responsible. Borders are under them. It is for them to do and see nobody crosses. And they blame us. We are not the ones. They are the ones.
Prime Minister says the time has come when Jammu and Kashmir needs to be free from dynasty politics, but at the same time, India needs to be free from the dynasty politics, where he's mentioning about the Congress and the National Conference Alliance.
I think the dynasty will hit them hard anyway. Tell me, and tell the Prime Minister, how many are in his party who are from the dynasty? He doesn't count them because they are part of them. He mentions us. And I want to tell them that we will beat you. We'll beat you at this game. And inshallah, we'll win and show you that people are not going to listen to your rubbish.
शगुन, इस बार चुनाव की अगर बात की जाए, आप पर पार्टी ने भरोसा जताया है, एक ऐसे परिवार से आती हैं जिन्होंने आतंक का दर्द झेला है, क्या प्राथमिकताएं रहेंगी?
जी, हमारी पहली प्राथमिकता तो किश्तवाड़ की सुरक्षा रहेगी, यहाँ का अमन और चैन रहेगा, क्योंकि जिन लोगों ने हमारे साथ जो हादसा किया है, मैं बिल्कुल नहीं चाहूँगी कि ये हादसा किसी और के साथ हो। मैं बिल्कुल नहीं चाहूँगी जिस तरह से हमारे सिर से इन्होंने पिता का साया छीना है वो किसी और के साथ हो। इसलिए प्राथमिकता जो है हमारी वो सुरक्षा रहेगी। जितने भी ये आतंकवादियों के सरबराह यहाँ किश्तवाड़ में घूम रहे हैं, इन सबको जेलों में बंद होना चाहिए। हमारे सबसे पहला टारगेट यही होगा।
विरोधी दल की अगर बात की जाए तो नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस जो है वो ऑपोजिशन में है। नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस अपना जो मैनिफेस्टो है उसमें धारा 370 को वापस लाने की बात करता है, उसमें जेल में जो बंद कैदी हैं उन्हें छुड़ाने की बात करता है।
जी, नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस का हमेशा से ही ऐसी स्टेटमेंट्स रही हैं, वो हमेशा से ही माहौल को ख़राब करने की कोशिश करते आ रहे हैं और आगे भी उनकी यही कोशिशें जारी रहेंगी। क्योंकि अगर उन्होंने काम किया होता तो हमें ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में विकास दिखता, हमें वहाँ पे स्कूल कॉलेजेस दिखते, हमें वहाँ पे हॉस्पिटल्स दिखते, लेकिन वहाँ पे उन्होंने कोई काम नहीं किया। इवन वहाँ पे अभी तक रोड नहीं पहुँची। आप देख रहे होंगे जहाँ जहाँ आजकल 4 लेन हाईवेज, ब्रिजेस, मेट्रोज की बात होती है, हमारे ग्रामीण क्षेत्रों में रोड नहीं है। अफसोस होता है मुझे इस नेशनल कॉन्फ्रेंस की सरकार पे कि इन्होंने हमारी गरीब आवाम को हमेशा लूटा है।
अगर बात की जाए उमर अब्दुल्ला की, उमर अब्दुल्ला ये कहते हैं कि अफजल गुरु को फांसी नहीं होनी चाहिए, उन आतंकियों को फांसी नहीं होनी चाहिए जिन्होंने देश के लोगों को मारा। उन आतंकियों में वो भी शामिल थे जिन्होंने आपके पिताजी और आपके चाचा की जान ली। कैसा लगता है ऐसी स्टेटमेंट्स जब आप सुनती हैं?
जी, ऐसी स्टेटमेंट एक सम्मानित व्यक्ति अगर देते हैं तो ये बहुत ही निंदनीय है और उनको इस तरह की बातें करनी ही नहीं चाहिए। क्या उनकी सियासत आतंकवाद के बलबूते पे चलती है? तो अगर आतंकवादियों को ही छुड़वाना है तो वो आतंकवादियों की सरपरस्ती में रहें, वो आम जनता के लीडर क्यों बनने चले हैं?
Republic is leading the investigation in the Abhaya rape and murder case. It was Mamata's aide, her man Sandeep Ghosh, who tried to downplay the crime. This has been revealed in the CBI remand note, and that he also tried to peddle the suicide theory. More on this story at 6 p.m. on Across the Republic with me, Pragya Bakshi Sharma.
Director, the taste of success.
रेसलिंग से मुझे जुड़ने का मौका मिला था। मैं रेसलिंग फेडरेशन ऑफ इंडिया का पहला ब्रांड एम्बेसडर था 2014-15 में। तो अभी रेसलिंग बहुत फेमस थी, कई कुछ 2-3 साल से, मतलब पिछले साल तो बहुत फेमस रही। ब्रिजभूषण जी का हुआ, फिर जो हमारे जो रेसलर्स हैं, जो युवा रेसलर्स हैं, उनका कुछ हुआ। तो वो रेसलिंग पीछे आ रही थी। तो वो जो हो रहा था ना, वहां पे बैठे थे वो, मैं नहीं कहूँगा कि कौन सही कौन गलत है, मगर वो कुश्ती पीछे जा रही थी।
किस वजह से?
क्योंकि जब आप बैठते हैं कि रेसलिंग पे ऐसे एलिगेशन लगते हैं कि भैया सही पारदर्शिता नहीं हो रही, कोई मोलेस्टेशन का ये हो गया, कोई दूसरा हो गया, तो क्या होता है वो चीज़ पीछे जाती है। कोई भी विवाद होता है वो चीज़ आगे नहीं आती, वो विवाद से चीज़ हाईलाइट होकर पीछे जाती है। जैसे पहले कुछ मीडिया ने भी रेसलिंग को डिफरेंट लिया, पहले बोलते थे कि भैया 2 पहलवान बुला लाओ, 2 पहलवानों कर लाओ। तो क्या था कि पहलवान का अर्थ पता क्या होता है? पहलवान प्रथम, आवान माने हर चीज में। जो इंसान शारीरिक रूप से, मानसिक रूप से, अनुशासन रूप से प्रथम होता है वो पहलवान होता है। विद अ पर्सन इज अ फिजिकली मेंटली डिसिप्लिन फर्स्ट, ही और सी इज रेसलर। तो मुझे अनुराग जी से ही मेरी बात हुई, जो हमारे खेल मंत्री थे। बाकी ये सब हुआ यार, क्या करना चाहिए, ये तो ये वो है। अब मैं चुपचाप सुन रहा था, देख रहा था दोनों साइड, क्योंकि मैंने ब्रिजभूषण जी के साथ काम किया। ही वाज वेरी गुड। मैं क्योंकि कुश्ती के दौरान कुश्ती को बढ़ावा देने के लिए मुझे उससे अच्छा प्रेसिडेंट नहीं लगा अब तक का। अच्छा। मैंने बहुत प्रेसिडेंट देखे हैं, सबका अपना अलग अलग वो था। फिर बाकी ये बच्चे हैं, जैसे बजरंग है, साक्षी है, विनेश है, मेरे सामने आई, मतलब ये इनकी मैंने ग्रोथ देखी है। तो ये छोटे भाई बहन है। तो फिर मैंने सोचा कि मैं किसके लिए बोलूं, क्या बोलूं, मुझे खुद नहीं पता। मैं एमेच्योर रेसलिंग से काफी दूर हूं। तो फिर किसी ने, बहुत समझदारों ने बोला कि आपको रेसलिंग करना चाहिए, क्योंकि काफी पेरेंट्स अपनी बच्चियों को इनको रेसलिंग में डाल रहे हैं।
अच्छा।
मतलब वो थोड़ा सा वो कर रहे हैं कि भाई रेसलिंग इतना सेफ नहीं है या ये नहीं है। तो मौका मिला, फिर मैंने 7 साल बाद रेसलिंग किया।
आप मानते रेसलिंग में प्रॉब्लम्स है?
देखिए, आप पूरा नाम क्या लिखते हैं?
रक्षिता मिश्रा।
रक्षिता मिश्रा। देखिए रक्षिता जी, पता क्या है कि प्रॉब्लम हर जगह और प्रॉब्लम कहीं भी नहीं है। वो कहते हैं मानो तो गंगा माँ, ना मानो तो बहता पानी। क्या होता है कि घास से कैसी हो, चश्मा हरा होना चाहिए, सब कुछ हरा हरा दिखाई देगा। तो कई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है, और कुछ ऐसी जगह है जहां पे प्रॉब्लम है। मैं ये कहूँगा कि प्रॉब्लम है या नहीं है। जब मैं एक्चुअली एमेच्योर रेसलिंग करता था ना, आज तो देखो कोई मेडल आता तो वो करोड़पति बन जाता है। हम जब, मुझे आज भी याद है, जब मैं 2005 में सीनियर वर्ल्ड रेसलिंग चैंपियनशिप में जा रहा था, मेरे पास वीजा फी के पैसे नहीं होते थे। हम सुबह से शाम तक वीजा फी का इंतजाम करते थे। 500 रुपये आपसे मांग रहे हैं, 500 उनसे मांग रहे हैं। उस टाइम यूरोप की वीजा फीस होती थी 3,500-4 हज़ार रुपये। बाहर जाते नहीं थे। मेडल वेडल छोड़ दो, टारगेट ये होता था इंडिया रिप्रेजेंट कर लिया, नौकरी मिल जाएगी, बहुत बड़ी बात है। और किसी को इंग्लिश नहीं आती थी, कुछ नहीं आता था। अब तो कोई ओलंपिक में मेडल है, सरकार ने भंडार खोल रखे, खजाने खोल रखे, आप 100 करोड़ का इंसान बन सकता है, कितने ही कर लो। तो फिर मैंने रेसलिंग किया।
Revival of cricket in Kashmir is taking after 4 decades.
Mighty soldiers at work. High technology military equipment. Relentless drills. Exercise Yuddhabhyas 2024 is currently underway. Troops of the Indian Army and US military are training together to bolster interoperability and enhance synergy between forces of both nations in the 20th edition of the joint military exercise. This grand military exercise has kicked off with the utmost grandeur at the foreign training node Mahajan Field Firing Ranges in Rajasthan. India-US defense ties seem stronger than ever. Notably, India's Defence Minister Rajnath Singh also paid a visit to the United States last month.
মুখ্যমন্ত্রী আমাদের কথা অবশ্যই শুনবেন এবং অ্যাকশন নেবেন। এই মুহূর্তে ছবি দেখানোর চেষ্টা করি, পিঙ্কি সেই ছবি তুলে ধরছিল আমাদের অপর প্রতিনিধি। এই মুহূর্তে সেই ছবি আমরা দেখতে পাচ্ছি, স্লোগান, মানুষের স্লোগান, বাসকে ঘিরে মানুষের স্লোগান এই মুহূর্তে চোখে পড়ার মতো। আমি ছবি দেখানোর চেষ্টা করছি সেই ছবি। চেষ্টা করবো বাসকে ঘিরে ধরে স্লোগান, বাসে যারা রয়েছে তাদেরকে কার্যত যোদ্ধার মতো আশীর্বাদ করছে।
সমস্ত পূর্ব শর্ত ছেড়ে দিয়েই আমরা যাচ্ছি এবং সমস্ত পূর্ব শর্ত ছেড়ে আমরা আগের দিন কার্যত ঘাটঘাটটাকে ফিরে এসেছি। তাও অচলাবস্থা কাটানোর ব্যাপারে আমরা উদ্যোগী, তার জন্যই আমরা বৈঠকে যাচ্ছি। তিনি আমাদের দাবি মানবেন তবে আমাদের আন্দোলন উঠবে, এখন মানবেন না মানবেন, অচলাবস্থা কাটাবেন, সবটাই ওনার হাতে।
এই বৈঠকের সময় আপনারা কি তিনটে স্লোগান করছেন, কতজন যাচ্ছেন, আপনারা কতজন?
Well, the junior doctors are moving towards Kalighat, the residence of Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee, and they have decided that they will attend the meeting. The government of West Bengal have written them a letter, and the doctors now, they are saying on Republic Bangla Boom that they want to give a message to the government that they are ready to cooperate with the government, as the government is calling them to meet the chief minister, so they are going, but they will not compromise. They have 5-point demands and they will not get back from those demands. In the meeting, they will reiterate those demands in front of the chief minister, and if the government decides to respond to the demands of the junior doctors, the protesters, then there may be some breakthrough. Otherwise, if the government decides not to respond to the demands positively, then nothing can happen. No breakthrough could be reached.
আমরা মানুষের এই যে ভালোবাসা, এই ভালোবাসাকে আমরা অত্যন্ত কৃতজ্ঞ। মানুষ আমাদের দাবিগুলোকে তারা বুঝতে পেরেছেন, তারা মনে করেছেন এগুলো তাদের দাবি, এটা জনগণের দাবি, জনস্বার্থের দাবি।
So the doctors are now saying that they are really overwhelmed at the support from the common mass of West Bengal, and they are saying that the love, the affection, the common people of West Bengal are extending towards them, that is overwhelming, and as the doctors are making, they are pushing forward this 5-point demands, this overwhelming love and affection coming from the mass proves that their demands are justified, and that's why they will fight for these demands till the end. Those who went to Chief Minister's residence the earlier day for the meeting, which meeting could not happen, all of them are going to Chief Minister's residence today once again. 30 to 35 representatives from the junior doctors were sent to Chief Minister's residence the earlier day, but on that day, you know that the meeting could not happen because the government of West Bengal, the administration, even the Chief Minister was not ready to allow any live streaming or any videography by the doctors of the whole meeting, and that's why the meeting could not happen. Today, once again, the junior doctors are sending their representatives to meet the Chief Minister at Kalighat, and the doctors are saying that those who went the earlier day to meet the Chief Minister, only those representatives are being sent to Kalighat, the personal residence of Chief Minister once again. They will meet the Chief Minister, they will meet the officers accompanying her, and they will place their 5-point demands in front of the government, and they will not compromise on any of the 5 points they are pushing forward for last 1 month.
সঞ্জয় যদি বাসের সামনেটা দেখায়, মানুষ পুরো ভিড় করে রয়েছে, স্লোগান দিচ্ছেন, আর কনভয় রেডি, ছবি দেখানোর চেষ্টা করব। আর থেকে আসি,
the convoy is ready at the spot, from the spot of the dharna which is going on near Shastha Bhavan. From there, the convoy is about to move forward to Chief Minister's place. The convoy is ready. The doctors, the representatives of the junior doctors have boarded the bus, and the bus is now moving. The bus is about to move towards Chief Minister's residence, and with proper security and pilot car and all, the escort van is also ready. The convoy is about to leave the spot. Spot means the spot where the dharna is going on for last few days near Shastha Bhavan. You can see the place. The pilot car being given by police is ready in front of the bus in which the representatives of the junior doctors have boarded, and at any moment this convoy will start from this place in Salt Lake towards Kalighat, the place where this convoy is ready now, where the dharna is going on for last few days. That is in the Salt Lake area, where the Shastha Bhavan is situated, and from this Salt Lake, this convoy will first go to Eastern Metropolitan Bypass, and through bypass it will move forward towards Kalighat, where there is the residence of Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee. At any moment, the convoy will start moving. Once again, the junior doctors are responding positively towards the call given by the government of West Bengal. You know that today the Chief Secretary of West Bengal sent a mail to the junior doctors, and in that mail the Chief Secretary clearly wrote it that this is the last chance in front of the doctors. We are not sure that whether this should be the language in a letter written by the Chief Secretary to the protesting junior doctors, that this is the last chance, this is the last initiative being taken. If the junior doctors want to respond to it, then well, if not, then the government will take its own course, take its own decision. Junior doctors are saying that, keeping aside all such points, they are responding positively to the call being given by the government, because they want a breakthrough. They want this impasse to end. They do not want to continue with this impasse unnecessarily. But for reaching the breakthrough, the government also has to do something. The government has also to nod positively towards the demands being put forward by the doctors. So as the meeting could not happen and on several occasions, you have already seen that at Nabarno Sabhaghar when the first meeting was arranged, that meeting could not happen because live streaming of the meeting was not being allowed by the government. Then again, another meeting was called at Chief Minister's residence. There also it could not happen because not only live streaming but the videography of the event will also not be done, it was being said by the government. So the doctors left the place of the Chief Minister. Today once again they are going, and the government is not ready to buzz a little bit from its position, because the government has said that this time also no videography will be allowed, this time also no live streaming will be allowed. But the doctors on their part have sent a mail to the Chief Secretary in which they have written that they are taking with them 2 transcript takers on their part, because they will note down the minutes of the meeting. And before boarding into this bus for going to the meeting, they have addressed the media also. The junior doctors in that address has said that they are taking 2 professional stenographers with them. They will be there inside the meeting and they will throughout take the notes of the meeting, and after that the minutes will be shared from on the part of the doctors with the government, and on the part of the government which minutes will be taken, that will also be shared with the doctors, and both the parties, all the representatives of both the parties will be the signatories to those minutes. So this is not still clear that whether these 2 stenographers who are accompanying these junior doctors will be allowed inside the meeting or not. Though in the mail the junior doctors have clearly written that they are taking some transcript takers with them for getting the note of the minutes vividly on the part of the protesters. In the reply mail, the Chief Secretary has written that there will be minute sharings between the 2 sides, and all the representatives will be allowed to sign on the minutes. But whether these 2 transcript takers, whether these 2 professional stenographers whom the doctors are taking with them will be allowed inside the meeting or not, that is not clear from the mail of the Chief Secretary. So this is yet to see. We have to see whether they are being allowed inside, or this is becoming another issue, whether this is going to become another big issue, whether this is going to become another flashpoint which is going to continue this impasse even more. That is yet to be seen, because in the reply mail the Chief Secretary